started off observing. She kept to herself a wording. She saw the need for a friend indeed to all those deserving. She travels the world through your eyes. She listens and sometimes cries. She wants to know what makes you whole and cares without disguise. According to Leanie, she welcomes you here. A laugh, a song, sometimes a tear, a friend, a foe, a stranger. Your life story, your moments of glory. You're sad, you're happy, your dreams and your worries. She wants to know the ins and outs of all of you here. According to Leanie, according to Leanie, she welcomes you here. A laugh, a song, sometimes a tear, a friend, a foe, a stranger. Your life story, your moments of glory. You're sad, you're happy, your dreams and your worry. She wants to know the ins and outs of all of you here. According to Leanie, she wants to know what it is all about. According to Leanie, oh, welcome here while we all just figure life out. So sit back and yak, smile and laugh, have a cup or two. Leanie is coming on right now and she welcomes you. Let's hear life according to Leanie. It started with a chat, just a few of us there, talking about life and the stuff we all share. From kids to chaos and the mess we make, we bonded over laughs and every mistake. From bad hair days to a joke or two, no topic was off limits, nothing taboo. We laughed till we cried, had each other's backs. A sisterhood formed in the middle of tracks. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. From late night texts to early morning calls, we've been through it all, big and small. From talking fashion to the crazy stuff, we got each other's backs when life gets tough. We send memes and pics of the day gone wrong and the occasional "can you believe this song?" We share everything, no secrets to keep, like a wild dream that we never want to sleep. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. From Tennessee, where the music plays, to sweet tea nights and lazy days. From England's hills to the country roads, our sisterhood's a bond that forever grows. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. Through the highs and the lows, we've been there. When the world feels heavy, we just don't care. We're loud, we're bold, we're a little bit wild, but always there for each other, with hearts so mild. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Leanie, the eclipse is to blame, but truly the Lord brought us together and we'll never be the same. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Leany, the eclipse is to blame. But truly the Lord brought us together, and we'll never be the same.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. So much. Hope everybody had a good day here in the States that haven't been to bed yet. Those that are just waking up, welcome in. I hope you have a good day. And we'll have the English invasion happening soon. And the Aussies are still awake, y'all. The Aussies are still awake. Welcome everybody in. Do me a favor, double tap your screen. I am really gonna start pushing to try to at least get 100 likes every time. Well, most of the time we go live. We used to get them when we first started the channel. That was always our goal, and we used to get them. And then I quit dealing with it. I really just didn't care. But I'm snotty, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hello, everybody. Melly Joe, thank you so much for being here. Dawn is here. Hi, girl. Erica's here. Oh, Tashi's here. Hold up. Got to take care of some business on the channel. Oh, I got to go somewhere else to do it. Hold on. Let me say hi to everybody, and then I'll take care of the business. Our matriarch, Miss Barbara Smith, is here. Good to see you. Shag, thank you for coming in. It means so much to me. Thank you so much, you guys. My favorite people. I know y'all are bringing the I know you guys are bringing the chat, and I appreciate that so much. It's so much easier to do these when you guys will chat with me, give me your opinion, even if it doesn't match my opinion. I really don't care. You're welcome to your own opinion here, and you're allowed to put it out there here. We just are respectful of each other, that, you know, we have, everybody has a right to it. Is it true that they found her body? Not since an hour ago, I set up this live, and that has not been said, Kim. I wish. Scott, hello. It's game over. I've not slept yet, Shag says. Hoax hell. Hey! Good to see you guys. Michelle's in the house from Chicago. Good to see you guys. Let me take, hey, Bree. Nano. She can't stand the way he's handling the case. I can't. I call him Sheriff I don't know. Y'all, hold on. I'm sorry. I try not to cough in y'all's ears if I could catch it, because I just think that's rude, but sometimes I can't catch it, and I'm all snotty in my voice, and I'm so sorry. Hi, Lauren. Good to see you. Thank you for coming back. Let me take care of something really, really quick. We've had a change in mods. We've had an overhaul. I usually do it about once a year. And some, you know, people have lives, and some people like what you're doing at the moment, and some may not like what you're doing at the moment, and so they may find something that they like and they go there, or life just happens and they can't be here. So we've got to have mods. My mods are real, true mods. They're not just here because they're my friends. If that was the case, I'd throw every one of you a wrench, and last person standing wins. Oh my God, that would be so fun. Last person standing wins. We need to think about that. That would be a fun ass game, wouldn't it? Everybody blocking everybody, and the last person standing like gets $100 gift card. Oh my God, that would be fabulous. I would love that. I'm going to talk to Maggie about it, because that would be damn fun. Welcome, Tashi. Welcome, Tashi. Tashi has been around since the beginning of this channel. And she knows how it works. We don't even have to tell her. Don't piss off the mad mods people. And please be respectful of them, you guys. They do this for free. We're running them ragged. Me and Maggie doing 2 different lives a day for a couple hours, y'all. It's a lot of work dealing with us. And so I'm so grateful for them. I'm so grateful for Miss Barbara, who is in the chat. She is our matriarch here. I think Miss Barbara's always been here since day one. She's always encouraged me. She is definitely my surrogate mama. And she loves all of us, and just I can't speak enough of Miss Barbara. She's just been there when I've needed her more times than she even knows. John, hello. Good to see you. I'm fucking hilarious. Let me tell you one live I did. I think it was the first week I went live. I had this veteran kind of guy who came in, and he was on panel with me, and I had seen him bopping around the streets before I started mine. And he came up, and we did a live where we were telling everybody don't hit the thumbs up. And if they came in and they just hit thumbs up, we were like, take it back. We don't need anybody's thumbs up today. Y'all, we ended up with like 200 likes that night. It was so much fun. And there was probably only 30 people in chat, but it was so much fun. Everybody thought we done lost our mind, which we really, really did. We lost our minds. But we're just not hiding that shit from anybody. You guys, I'm too old to try to hide that I've lost my mind, y'all. And I don't even care to find it. Hi, John. Good to see you. Nice picture. Curious, your thoughts on why you think this case in particular is getting so much coverage. There's over 1,100 missing people in Arizona in the last 12 months. Is it just her being Nancy's mom? You mean Savannah's mom? I think we talk about this every time we do a live here, John. Yes, absolutely, 100%. There are missing people all over this country, and I'm just talking about our country because this is where I'm living. And it's a shame. It's a shame that this much coverage happens for certain people, and they usually have to do with wealth or notoriety or something like that. It's a shame. And maybe I should be shameful for covering it as well. But I will tell you this, we've covered other cases, but we usually don't do them every day. Like we've done some cold cases and things like that. And then my co-host Maggie, she's from the UK, she does a live during the day. And at the end of her live, every live she does, she brings up a picture of a missing child and gives the 411 on them, ones that have just been, I guess, forgotten. So I hope that answers your question. And it is a shame. It really is. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Somebody has to control these ruffians. Ruffians. Hi, darling. Good to see you. See there, all these Australians coming in, y'all. Aussie True Crime is here. _. She's not an Aussie, but she's way over there, you guys. Dot is way over there. So Tashi, I came into your live, but my comments kept being deleted anyways. Look like you had a fun night. That goes on here too. I think YouTube is trying to figure stuff out, because I was in chat when Maggie was running a live, and it's my channel, and nothing I said got put on the screen. Nothing. It didn't show up in chat at all. Pink Peony, good to see you, love bug. Thank you for being here. You're not in the past, girl. You're in the present. I mean, you're just way far away, way over there. I've never even been over there. The closest I got was Idaho. And I was super excited about that, and I ran out of days. But I'm going to get to every one of them. It's good to see everybody here. Listen, I want to ask you guys, have you guys seen this? I did not make this flyer. And when I went back to go and look for it, I'll tell you where I got it from. Is anybody on the Nancy Guthrie missing persons page on Facebook? There's a couple of them out there. And this one is case discussion, I think. Somebody posted this and I took a screenshot of it. And then when I went back to find it tonight, I couldn't find it. Now it may just be that it's somewhere else, but apparently there's just volunteers getting together and they're going to do a search tomorrow. Says Sunday, 2/22/26, search and rescue Nancy Guthrie, and it's an event, and it says find missing Nancy Guthrie discussion and case updates. Volunteers will be meeting at 8 a.m. at Hobby Lobby, Oracle Road / Orange Grove, Tucson, Arizona. This is not intended to impede on the investigation. If you see anything, do not touch. Take a photo, ping location, and send to law enforcement immediately. Suggested items to bring: identification, work gloves, not black or disposable, water, snacks, flashlight, sunscreen, long sleeves, long pants, walking stick, map, compass, GPS, signal mirror, if possible, a whistle, and a first aid kit. So if you guys are in the area, if you want to get in, if I was there, I'd go. I wouldn't be able to walk that far because my back hates me. But I'll stand at the finishing line. Did it even say a time? Did I read a time? I didn't read a time, did I? Does it say a time? No, it just tells you where to meet. It doesn't have a time on here. Weird. I didn't even look at the comments. I was just scrolling, trying to find some information, find out what's new going on, and I took a quick picture of it. I didn't even look at the comments. So I hope it's not a I hope it's not a just a crap thing, you know. Thank you guys so much. If you do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, the thumbs down. I really don't care. Just hit something. Well, actually, I appreciate you hitting the thumbs up. I want to try to get 1,000. Does it have a time on it? Let me make sure I didn't miss that. PV investigation. Okay, got that. Volunteers will be 8 a.m. Y'all see there? No brain left, no brain. Says volunteers will be meeting at 8 a.m. at Hobby Lobby, Oracle Road, and Orange Grove, Tucson, Arizona. So listen, the media, the JLR, you know, he's seen it. Whoever else is out there that you may know that's from YouTube, at least they're going to have some content for tomorrow, y'all. At least they're going to have some content. Thank you so much. So if you're close by or whatever, you want to go get involved, go get yourself involved. Michelle Hayes said, I saw somebody's live tonight saying she's going to do that in the morning. It's YouTubers and citizens that are doing the doing a search, not the sheriff's office. They are meeting at 8 a.m. I think it's wonderful. I'm sad that we're going into week 4 and this has just been started, but better late than ever. And God bless those people. I pray for no injuries. I pray, wouldn't it be wonderful, sad and wonderful, if Nancy was found tomorrow? It would be sad because she would be deceased, but this would be over as far as not having Nancy home and not knowing where she's at. And then we'll be on our way to hopefully getting justice. Let's see. Hi, Patrick. We are tired of hearing about this. Then why are you here? I mean, if I was tired of hearing about it, I don't think I would have clicked. you can go back and look at some of my other lives. I don't only do true crime. In fact, I do this least of all. You are I am I I am inhibiting law enforcement. Please tell me, hey Patrick, you want to have a discussion? You want to come up on panel and talk to me about it? I won't blast you. I won't make you feel little or nothing like that. I'll just listen to what you have to say. And then maybe I can understand you. Maybe you can understand me. Would you, if this was your mom, Patrick, would you not want me to do a live on it? Especially when all the media goes away. Would you want me just to let it go cold and not talk about it anymore, not talk about your mom? That's an honest question. Why not let's get everybody in the crime scene? Well, it says right there that they're not going to be going into any of the crime scenes. So I think they're going to be going into the desert. So, and I'm sure there's going to be police officers telling them, hi, Dawn, I'm glad they're doing it because apparently not many are out there doing it. So a major pat on the back to those volunteers. Shag said, I heard that the sheriff doesn't want anyone to do the search and he's saying they need a permit. Wow, I did not know that. You don't know what you're talking about. If you don't want to be here, you don't want to hear it. See you later. We don't want to hear it then. Thank you. Patrick says, when there is countless other people missing, this is on every news station. Well, Patrick, how long have you been on my chat? Because we talk, I mean, when I first opened up this live, which hasn't been too long ago, there was a man who came in and asked me about that. You know, why is this so important when there's so many other people missing? And I covered that. Do you want to come up on panel and let's talk about it? I'm not talking about fight. I'm talking about having an adult conversation about how you feel about this. Michelle says, yes, let's hear from Patrick. Darlene says, my mom turned 82 today. She knows those kids wouldn't stop till we found her. Happy birthday to your mom. Happy birthday to her. Wow, she's living her best life, I'm sure. Michelle says, people are keeping the story alive. That's right. And long after, God forbid, the news goes away, because they will when the next story comes, the next big story to report on, they'll be gone. And if it wasn't for people like us that are, if we lived there, we wouldn't be on the internet. We'd be out there. What can we do? What do you need us to do? But we can't be there. We all can't be there. So this is a way. Do you know how many people here in my state of Indiana have never even heard of this? That's sad. That's really, really sad. Do you know how many people, when I covered the Abby and Libby case, the two girls that went missing in Delphi, Indiana for 7 years before we found the perpetrator, how many people in this country had never heard of them two girls? Do you know how many people I have talked to that never heard of the Idaho 4? And those are just some big news ones. Unless it's an actor being played on regular TV, a lot of people don't hear of these things, and it's very, very sad. Good morning, Ann's Place. Good to see you. What I am saying, it is reported on every news station. Do you not think the bad guys are watching too? Oh, absolutely they are. 100%. 100%. But I'm going to say it like I've always said it. If the sheriff's office had turned that over to the FBI immediately, we may not be where we're at today. Shag, it's already slowing down and they need to keep it alive, because I feel like the sheriff ain't doing enough. He's just making everything worse. Amen. Pink Peony says, I spoke with a customer service representative in Egypt, and this case is getting coverage. Wow, that's amazing. Well, they say, hey, Raymond, did I say hi to you already? I'm sorry if I didn't. They say that it is the biggest case in the world right now, y'all, in the world. So the only way I guess I know that is if, people come in from other countries and they tell us about So I just wanted to bring this up because I don't know if anybody is close, nearby, whatever. I don't know what the sheriff is saying about this. I do have something on the sheriff that I guess he did do an interview, and we're going to bring that up and talk about that a little bit. Patrick, no offense, but if you want to come up on panel and we'll have a discussion, I'd be happy to do it with you. And like I said, I have adult conversations unless I just feel disrespected, then I'm going to disrespect you and it's going to get all kind of ugly, but I win in the end. What do you think the note Brian read today or yesterday from a resident or whoever towards the kidnapper? I thought it was very odd as to what he said. Dawn, didn't he say that to me last night? And you know what? I forgot all about it. I'll have to bring it up. How about the Gabby Petito? That's right. Yeah, that's right. There's so many that should get media coverage, of course, but this is one also that should too. Yes. Hi, Arnold. She's passed away. Yeah, I agree with you. Dawn says, yes, it was weird. I need to bring it up. Hi, the Gremlin. Spirit said there is planted evidence. That would not shock me in the least. Patrick says, I hope she is found, but this is too much. Good luck. Thank you, Patrick. Have a good night. All right, let's bring this up. First, I want to I want to debunk something, okay? And it's this right here. Let me make sure that we've got it. Hold on. Okay. I heard about this today, and then I had to go and I had to figure it out. So there is something going around, you guys, that said that there was sheriff helicopters, you guys, searching the landfill. It isn't hey, Lainey, I heard a story. Of course, it was from Facebook earlier. Not sure if it's true. Well, send it to me. Put it on here, and I'll screenshot it and find out. Let me screenshot what you're saying right now. Hold on. That way I can answer it if I don't get to it right now, or I can look it up. Because y'all, I be out here just trying to debunk everything. All right. But apparently, does someone that was reporting on the Guthrie case and said she was actually missing the night before, she heard on an interview from Sheriff Nano. Sheriff Nano's never come out and said that, not in public. But I'm side-eyeing. And every time I side-eyed, did she really even make it home? I remember the blood on the walkway. Trump said, move on to other topics, Arnold says. Okay. Hawaiian Brian, I know where she is. Well, then call it in to the FBI, please. Nothing I can do about that here. Shag, but apparently does someone that reporting on the, okay, got that already. Also motive, Nancy has big jewels and gems. Well, I believe that. Arnold said, stop broadcasting about her. The captor will surface. He's eating us up. He may be, but if it was your mom, would you want me to do a live on it, Arnold? Would you want it in the news? Would you be out in front of the news camera saying, find my mom? I think you would. You got the dates wrong. Hi, John. Good to see you, Love Bug. Yesterday, there was a missing girl reported. It flagged up on JLR's phone. Wow. I now heard that the helicopter at the landfill wasn't involved with this case. That is right, which I don't believe. This case has been back and forth. So let's go ahead and bring that up, what we're talking about. You guys hold your thoughts on everything else just a minute. Let's look at this. Because I heard this earlier today and then I went looking for it, and I'm like Dawn. I take everything that is said by the sheriff's office with a grain of salt because they do not have to tell us the truth. They just don't. So let me take this off, this picture off now. Give me a second. Let me find where I put it. I'll leave it up here for Maggie to do her live with in case she needs it. But what did I do with it? There it is. Okay, cool. All right. So We've got our fair use disclaimer at the bottom. Copyright Act of 1976 gives allowance for this content to be used for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Don't come at me, YouTube. Thank you, Melly Joe, for also floating it in chat. I appreciate that so much. We got it covered. All right, let me make this bigger. And let's listen to this. Now, I'm with Dawn. I don't know what to believe. Do we know what to believe? I don't know what to believe. Shit. But this is coming from the sheriff's department, you guys. So let's just take a little gander. This is 13 News, you guys, coming out of Tucson, Arizona, is my source on this. And it was published on February the 1st, 2026 at 9:57 p.m. And it was updated 8 hours ago. So here we go. Watch your ears because I can't control your volume, guys. All right. Some biscuit eater.
It has been nearly 3 weeks since Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home in the middle of the night. This evening, there are still no indications of where she is or who's behind her kidnapping. After 20 days of searching for evidence and serving warrants, it may appear like activity in the case has slowed down.
That's not necessarily the case behind the scenes, as the Sheriff's Department and FBI look for the 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. 13 News reporter Renee Romo joins us live from the Guthrie home tonight. Renee, have there been any new developments from law enforcement?
Well, Brooke, Dan, it's all about chasing every single lead they have. That's what Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos has confirmed to us. And we have been told that investigators are reviewing surveillance video provided by neighbors. Now, speaking of video, we know the surveillance video from Nancy Guthrie's front door continues to be the strongest piece of evidence that authorities have released. It shows a suspect described as standing 5'9" to 5'10" with a medium build, wearing a 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack backpack that is exclusively sold at Walmart. But PCSD has announced they have not ruled out the possibility that more than one suspect is involved. I spoke with retired Lieutenant Gil Carrillo from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department about why we haven't heard more information about the investigation. He tells me
the more they put out,
about what
the
they share.
more information the suspect or suspects also gain, because they're following it just as close about the case. The less they know, the better off law enforcement is.
Now, investigators also continue to analyze DNA recovered from biological evidence collected inside the Guthrie home. We know it is from someone who is not Nancy Guthrie or her family and friends and does not match the glove DNA that investigators found 2 miles away from the house. While investigators have all of the physical leads to pursue, PCSD also reports they have received nearly 33,000 calls from February 1st to the 19th. That's over 10,000 more calls than the same time frame last year. I asked Carrillo how investigators go about handling such an influx.
They will manually fill out clue sheets, hand them over to a clue manager, who then has people inputting them into computers to make sure that everybody stays up to date with them. And then that clue manager will then start assigning clues as they come in.
Now, investigators remain hopeful that the public will continue to report any helpful information. 88 Crimes reward has increased to $102,500, and the FBI's reward remains at $100,000. Reporting live in the Catalina foothills, Renee Romo, 13 News.
If you have any information on Guthrie's disappearance, the Pima County Sheriff's Department wants to hear from you. You can use the QR code on the screen to submit any photos or video evidence you think can help. You can also call PCSD at 351-4900. The FBI's tip line is 1-800-CALL-FBI.
We will continue to bring you the latest on the search for Nancy Guthrie on air as it comes into our newsroom. You can also download our 13 News mobile app to get
All right, guys, what y'all think? I mean, They're saying that it didn't have anything to do with the Nancy Guthrie case. The reason why they put a chopper up in the air was going over the landfill. I just don't know. I mean, it very well could be something else they're looking for, or someone else they're looking for, God forbid. But I just don't think they're going to tell us. I don't think they're going to tell us at all. Dawn says, I had to do some grocery shopping today, and my usual store is Walmart. And my curious self went over to the outdoor department where all the stuff is, and the majority of them were taken off the shelves. Wow. Arnold says, if she's alive, they're getting meds from Mexico. U.S. pharmacies are being watched. I believe that. I totally believe that. Totally. Heard the same thing. Shag says, let's see. Why would Savannah put that in her book and this pops up 2 years later? Raymond, I don't know what to think about that. I mean, is there that much coincidence in the world? And if you were planning on doing something like this, why would you put it in a book for us to dissect later? I don't know. I don't know. It just makes no sense. What's the girl's name who's in jail? Did she have contact with the son-in-law? John, the girl's name who was in jail, I think Dawn and I were talking about it. It was either Dawn or Leah and I were talking about it, and I brought it up. Her name is Kayla, and I showed on here how she was related to the family. She's related to the family by marriage. So listen, we have to take everything with a grain of salt. We're going to have to just use our own brains, use your own discernment, if it doesn't make sense, y'all, it just doesn't make sense. Thank you, Dawn. It's Kayla Noel Day. Thank you so much. A lot of this comes down to common sense, I would think. And then some luck and a shitty sheriff's department. Because, listen, I could be wrong and I don't know what could have been, but I just have to believe, with everything we've seen come out of the sheriff's department already, that if the FBI had a hold of this case, it would, the mat still wouldn't be outside the door. I could tell you that right now. Arnold says, why is ABC Guthrie tagged and not other networks? Good question. Probably because she worked there. I thought she worked at NBC though, you guys. Isn't the Today Show on NBC? Do we know how old Annie and Tomasco's kid? You know what? No. Does anybody know in chat how old their child is? I haven't, to tell you the truth, I have not even tried to look into that, because no matter what, if it's underage, I don't like doing that. You know what I mean? So does anybody else in chat know how old their child is? If FBI had it from the first day, she should have been found within the week. I agree. I didn't think it was going to go on this long. Oh, Melly Jo said that she heard that he was 20. I didn't even go down that road to see how old he was. Erica, I would have never thought it would have gone this long. Really, honestly, Miss Barbara says there are so many tons of garbage put in the landfill every day. It's a bit past common sense. Could the Democrats be behind this to get an edge on the 2026 election? I put nothing past them. I put nothing past anybody anymore. Any one of us are capable of evil. Did you know that? Did you know that any one of us are capable of evil? We have good and evil inside of us. And it's our morals and integrity and just the way that we are and how we feel about human beings and life and the value of it, that keeps us, the ones of us that don't create this type of evil, from doing it. It's just so sad. She does work for NBC. Thank you so much. Dawn says, right now, I don't think any of them have any common sense. Tell it like it is, sister. Nancy's been missing for almost 4 weeks. Why hasn't anything been updated? Things should have already came back as to whom and what. Well, I'm going to show you something that's going to throw you guys. You guys may have already seen it. Can I look it up on Google? Look up what, honey? What do you need me to look up? Erica says, is the FBI had it from day one? It should have been found within a week. What you need me to look up, babe? Let me know. Put it in chat. Dot says, I'm only asking because first Annie drive her home, then it was tomato, Tabasco, hot sauce, then family, then immediately thought of the kid. I do think that it was him, the son-in-law that took her, because I'm going with the first thing I heard, and I heard it was the son-in-law that took her home. And then that Annie was the one that went in the house and couldn't find her mom. And then it was switched to family. That's how I heard it. But he may not have been in the car by himself. I mean, who knows? Who knows, right? Let's bring this up. I thought this was interesting, and this may answer some of our questions for tonight. And I want to know what you guys think about it. This actually made me a little bit sick, to tell you the truth. Actually, the whole damn thing is making me sick. The sheriff has said that they will not be given any updates next week either, figures. Which means what? They have nothing. All right, let's make this bigger. This is Fox News, you guys, and this was published on Saturday, February 21st at 2026 at 9:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just going to let it play and then see what you guys think about this. Let me know. Let me make it big. Watch your ears, guys.
Hostage negotiator. He joins us now on the latest in the search for Nancy. And James, good morning. We've had, obviously, the Mexican embassy tell us that they received communication
Thank you,
with
Melanie.
the FBI. But you've worked there. You've been south of the border, spent years there. What might be actually happening behind the scenes?
Well, it's good to join you guys. And Griff, good to see you back in New York after last week out here. Look, we're kind of in the ex post facto stage of this investigation and kind of trying to look at where all the tentacles could be going and what possible leads could law enforcement be following up. And look, the Mexican embassy in Washington, D.C., I believe, was the one that issued that statement. The U.S. embassy is located in Mexico City. That's where I was stationed for 2 years. And what they would do would be handle any leads that come out of the FBI from the Tucson or the Phoenix division up here. What kind of things would those be? Well, again, we're going to go back to after the fact. We know that the border is only about 60 or 70 miles from where I'm standing right now. There's a large city there, Nogales. The U.S. Embassy has a consulate there. Agents work out of there as well. If a lead comes in, they would be charged to go out and ask questions, conduct interviews, talk to people. But remember, Mexico's a sovereign nation. So it's not like we can go in there as, again, the 500-pound gorilla and go where we want to do. We have to link up and do this with the Mexican Federal Police and the state and locals as well. It's a complicated process.
Hi, Danielle.
I'll close with this. Oftentimes, if a lead is generated south of the border, we deal with their military. We deal with their Navy. We deal with the Mexican Marines. They're much more secure there, and they're really better outfits sometimes to get some of this stuff accomplished. But as far as the leads go here, we'd be working it in a partnership with Mexican locals and authorities.
Yeah, that is a good point. The Mexican police, the Mexican military works much better with our people than the government, which tends to be corrupted. Look, as Griff said, he was just down there. The leads are cold, or at least it seems that way. Is your impression still that this was for ransom, that this was a financial thing, or are you at this stage starting to go, there could be something else here?
Yeah, again, Rachel, we want to keep our aperture as wide as possible right now. 3 typical motivations on kidnappings. I mean, the major 2 are for profit or for revenge. And then oftentimes there can also be an ideological bent. I want you to think about the Symbionese Liberation Army and the Patty Hearst kidnapping back in 1974.
We mentioned that, remember?
As far as leads being cold, I'll say this. I was in New York City in 1993 when the first World Trade Center bombing happened. And I stood over that smoking crater in the World Trade Center building and the mounds and mounds of rubble and debris. The FBI was able to find, locate, and then identify from a partial VIN number from the truck that had been rented in Jersey City from one of the attackers and trace it back. In that car, in that garage, hundreds and hundreds of vehicles, hundreds and hundreds of, incinerated pieces of VINs. So this is the proverbial needle in a haystack. And I am surprised. We're entering the 21st day. We're entering the 3rd week of this investigation. But I believe that there's going to be a lead that's going to break here soon. We're going to hear it soon enough. And there's going to be at least a conclusion to this. And we hope it's a successful conclusion.
And of course, the argument against it being an ideological thing would be just that if it is ideological, the whole point of it is to make that ideological point clear. And that, of course, there's no evidence, or correct me if I'm wrong, there's no evidence here to suggest that there is an ideological bent to it at this point.
No, I mean, Charlie, you're perfectly right. What happened back in the Patty Hearst case? Well, they insisted that the Hearst family pay millions of dollars to buy food to hand out to homeless people and people that needed food. This does not appear that. Now, still not knowing whether or not there was forcible entry or not, that has not been released by the Pima County Sheriff's Office and has not been released by the FBI, makes it really difficult to ascertain motive.
Hold up. Didn't the Sheriff's Department come out and say there was no forcible entry? Did I just hear that? Did he just say nobody has said that? Hold up. Because if so, then I don't know where this guy's getting his information from.
By the FBI makes it really difficult to ascertain motive.
Yeah, now still not knowing whether or not was forcible entry or not. That has not been put. Dude, where have you been?
Been released by the Pima County Sheriff's Office and has not been released by the FBI. Makes it really difficult to ascertain motive. Now, is motive essential in solving a crime? Not necessarily. Is it necessary to prosecute a crime? Not necessary, but it certainly helps lead you in a better direction, and we just don't seem to have that right now.
It's such a great point, too. We do need to hear from the authorities, James, about whether or not it was a forced entry or not.
Who are these people? This is Fox News, and this was just released yesterday, and they didn't hear the sheriff's office say there was no forcible entry into the house? Am I missing something? Did the police walk that back and I didn't know it? Does anybody in chat know? Cooey Lulu. Do you guys know if the police walked that back? Because all we've been hearing was there was no forcible entry. No broken windows, no broken doors, no broken nothing. And I would think that if there was, that as many drones as we've had flying over and as much news, there hasn't been too many choppers up there, but we've done 360s around the house, we would have seen it. __ says they've walked everything back at this point. You heard that on another channel too? That's so weird. Oh my gosh. Somebody be taking cliff notes for Maggie, please. This is crazy. Hold on. I'm going to just listen to that one more time because I want to make sure I heard it right because I don't want to blast these people when.
Now, still not knowing whether or not there was forcible entry or not, that has not been released by the Pima County Sheriff's Office and has not been released by the FBI, makes it really difficult to ascertain motive. Now, is motive essential in solving a crime? Not necessarily. Is it necessary to prosecute a crime? Not necessary, but it certainly helps lead you in a better direction, and we just don't seem to have that right now.
It's such a great point, too. We do need to hear from the authorities, James, about whether or not it was a forced entry or not, just for literally the well-being of the mental state of those neighbors. You and I have been there, and this community is a place where neighbors told me, we don't lock our doors until now. We don't live here scared until now. And of course, this has really rattled that community. James Galliano, thank you for your insight. We'll check back in with you throughout the morning.
Thanks, James.
I'm so confused. I'm completely confused. Heard that the back door was open. Right. Have you guys heard anything of that? Nano, thank you, Erica. Nano said in the first interview there was no forcible entry into the house. That's why people were like, did she let them in, or was there a key that they picked up? I haven't even heard that they walked that part back yet. Are we all living in? I don't know. That's unsettling to me. I didn't hear that part of it when I wanted to play this. I think she let him in thinking he was delivering flowers. Hey, Mary Jane, I don't. You know why I don't? Because he had a mask on his face. And I mean, she had the two windows next to the door. She could just, and there's no curtains on him. You could see right in and see the lamp there. So I would think she would look through the door if she was going to let him in. And I'm not going to let anybody in with, unless I'm standing there with the pew-pew, and then I'm going to ask them, are they sure they want to come in? Because they will not walk back out. You're welcome to come in. I'm not even offering you coffee. I'm putting this cap in your ass, and you're going to be put in a body bag to go back out of my house. The law won't tell you everything. I agree. But when they tell you something, Arnold, when they tell you something, and then now the media is saying, oh, they never said that. It's like, wait, what? I mean, they told us things and then they walked it back. So now we're just like, wait, but when that's the first time I'm hearing it, and it sure as hell didn't come from the police. Y'all, I'm so confused. Why would you have cameras if you don't lock your doors? Thank you, Mark. Exactly. I think people just get so I don't think people necessarily say that, right? I think and mean it. Maybe somebody says we don't lock our doors, meaning during the daytime. But they get so used to, like, in these crime scenes, the neighbors saying, we don't lock our doors. That's how safe it is around here. No, bitch, you're locking your door. You better be locking your door. I'm terrible about it, though. I'm not even going to tell y'all it's terrible. You guys all be coming through the screen, taking turns whipping my ass if you knew how unsafe I was. Dawn says, I think there was more than one perp. Absolutely, 100%. Shag says, but then again, it could be fake. But if you could check it out. Can you tell me once again, Shag, about, am I looking at because I took a screenshot of what you asked me up there. Let me see. Welcome, everybody. Will you double tap your screen? Magic happens when you do it, I promise. Yeah, I can look that up. I think she was half asleep and seeing the flowers. Now that's highly possible. That's highly possible, and it's highly scary. This is why I was wondering about the grandchild. No, I did hear the back door was open, right? And I haven't heard anybody walk. Well, no, now somebody said just last week, somebody was saying that the front door was left unlocked. What? And I was like, wait, what? They didn't say that to us. They said that the back door was open, wide open. Wasn't it nighttime when the pictures were taken? Yes, ma'am, sure was. In the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody dance. I go walking in my sleep. All right, I'm done. Yes, and that her pacemaker actually picked up her heartbeat raising at right around 2:00 in the morning. So that is when I believe she actually saw the perp. Dawn says, I'm thinking it was the guy that was caught on camera with 2 backpacks in the middle of the night in the alleyway. Okay. I thought the alleyway one was a different night. I think it's time to move on. Move on where? Oh, you're leaving us, Arnold. Oh, don't leave us, Arnold. I was having a good time with you. I enjoyed it. Thank you for coming in, though, Arnold. One of the backpacks matched the one the perp had. Yeah, but I thought that was taken days later. It would be someone she knew, trusted, might be welcome in the middle of the night out of concern. Not with the face mask on, though, y'all. Unless that's the part that they cut out, because they cut out. I can show you 3 places in the video that's been spliced. So unless the part that's cut out, he took off his face mask, but then they'd know who he was because it's right there on the camera. So I just don't see that happening. Lovely to see you, Miss Barbara Smith. In this day and age, I would be embarrassed to say I don't lock the door. I don't even answer the door. I lock my front door always stays locked, you guys. It's just my back door. I'm terrible about it. I'm terrible. She might have a secret boyfriend. We don't know. God, I hope so. I think everybody. I'm looking for a secret boyfriend. That old woman would be screaming if abducted and have a heart seizure. No doubt she knows who took her. I believe that. I believe she knows. And that makes me very sad to know that she was probably kind to that person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I think they're friends of the family. I just do. And to know that you've been kind to someone, or at least they're friends of your son-in-law, and here they are doing this to you. Y'all. Erica says, I lock my door day and night. I get in trouble a lot. Depends on who comes. Because like I said, my whole family uses the garage. So if they come in and my back door is wide open, oh, I hear it. And y'all, listen, if you stick around and we go live at nighttime, like this time of night, and it's warm outside, my back door is wide open. It's terrible. I need it. I shouldn't have told y'all that. I wonder if she kept a diary. That would be interesting. Dawn says the times don't match up for some reason. I think they got to tweak the times too. I really do. Shag says it's called The Daily Dose, and she's on IGI. I don't have IG, but I did get to see the interview that he did say it was the night before. I don't know if it's fake. So Instagram, I could see if I could pull it up here if it's on because I don't have Instagram on this computer, but if I could pull it up and somebody did it. Let me just catch up really quick. Dawn says, no, it was before. Oh, the picture, you mean? Okay. I want to know if Surrey heard anything. Good point. We talked about that too, because listen, if my husband forgets to disconnect the Alexa in there, every time I walk in the damn garage, I could just hear that thing turn on, look up. There's that little green light, listening to every little puff I make. Every little move I make. Listen, I know I shouldn't be singing. Y'all don't have the voice of Maggie, but I can't help it. When y'all say stuff, I hear a song for everything I hear. I wonder if Kayla have any visitor in jail or told somebody in there about Nancy. Ooh! That's a good thought. I suspect the son-in-law, Daniel, we're reading the same page, sister. For some reason, I still think certain family members or member are involved. I feel it in my soul. I'm on the same page. Arnold says, too bad she didn't have cameras on the inside of her house on the windows. You know, I do believe there are more cameras, you guys. I really do. I believe that they just haven't told us. I think it's just going to be one of those things where they give us a little bit as it goes colder and colder and colder, unfortunately. I mean, come on, why wouldn't you? So we only know of the 2 cameras that were the Nest cameras, right? Why, if you're going to go to the trouble of just putting up 2, why wouldn't you just do them all the way around the house where there was a door? And there's some weird doors on that house, y'all. Go look at it. I think they've got more cameras than what they're telling us. I really, really, really do. Key hidden under the garden gnome. I always said that when he went to go pick up the foliage, this is what I thought at first. When he went to pick up the foliage, that there was a key there. And because he has so much on his hands, the gloves, that, I mean, he'd be, fiddling with the key. Now more people are saying, no, he grabbed the foliage because he was a dipshit and he was trying to hide the camera. I don't know, but I know as Americans, I don't know how other people do it in the other country, but we're really bad about hiding keys, you guys. We really are. We're terrible. But I do think people with codes on their garage doors and codes on their front door have stopped the whole key drama for us in a lot of ways. But there's still people that still do it, still hiding keys. It's really dangerous. I saw an interview with a fella. He said Savannah came back home 3 months ago. Yes, and announced she was staying and that her mother lived there. That might be the catalyst, maybe. Yes, 3 months prior, she did a Savannah's going home thing. So much to think about, so much information, so much possibilities. Maybe not directly involved. The key is under the damn mat. They never looked under they never even took the fucking mat. Mary Jane, I am obsessed with the mat. Can I just tell you that? Everybody that's been here forever knows Leanie's obsessed with the mat because the perp walked all over the mat, all over it. It's still in front of her house today. It's still there. And it could have had trace evidence on it. Y'all. And the flowers, they were talking about, oh yeah, some person was talking on a show about how they could actually possibly obtain some DNA off of the foliage, the flowers that he picked. Well, those are all dried up on the mat in front of the house right now. So no, they didn't collect that either. I'm real shitty about the mat. I am. Yes, there was cameras on the inside, but they were trying to say that they were either taken or something happened to them as well. Well, when they came out and said, oh, they didn't pay the subscription, blah, 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 which absolutely made no sense to me. I thought, are they saying they didn't pay the subscription because this was all a setup? So, because y'all know, I believe it is tomato, Tabasco hot sauce that is the mastermind behind this. And what if he is the mastermind and set this up with his homies, to go in and do this? And then he calls, his mom-in-law and says, hey, we're updating security system at your house. But they really didn't. Those were the homies too. And they were disassembling all of the security cams. What do you guys think about that? I think it's highly possible. Yours has a code, okay. Most older folks have garden gnomes. That's true. Me too. They're weird. Shag says it's true they never did the DNA on the mat. Everybody stepped over the damn thing. You're right. Everybody. But here's what I find funny. Okay, so I don't know if you guys ever jump into Maggie's live. She's live during the day. She's my co-host here. She was playing a video of when some other people came. I think it was last week or the week before. They had come in with a hefty kind of suitcase, not a suitcase, but it didn't look like a toolbox, an American toolbox, but it looked kind of like a briefcase toolbox kind of thing, like a metal case. And they were carrying it in, and they went through not the garage door that goes up. If you come around the back side of the house, there's a blue door right there on the other side of the fence that goes into the garage itself. And they walked in through there. And I thought to myself, when she was showing it the other day, I thought to myself, why the hell are they going in through the garage that way? Why wouldn't you use the front door, the back door, or the side door, or any other door? Why are we going in through the garage? Is there actually evidence inside the house, or blood or DNA or whatever inside the house at the front door or the back door on the inside? Doesn't make any sense. Everybody that they have brought in there, they're not using the front door. They're not using the very back door. They're using the door that goes into the garage. So once they took the car away, they shut down the garage door, and then they go in the backyard, and there's a side door there that you could go into the garage that way. I don't know. I don't know. Just sounds awfully funny to me. Nancy Grace has all the answers. Yes. Listen, I love me some Nancy Grace. Arnold, I have to tell you right now, I be loving me some Nancy Grace, y'all. You know. Here you go. Love me some Nancy Grace. Even the doorknobs, saliva, gloves that touch the flashlight in his mouth. Right. Hi, Leah. Good to see you, love bug. Thanks for coming in. John says, did the son-in-law conspire with Kayla as revenge? Good question. Who's paying the son-in-law? And I want to know who's paying the rent, because where Annie and the son-in-law live, what they said, 4 miles, 2 miles away, 10 minutes from the house, 9 minutes from the house. They're renting. Who's paying it? Did Nancy say, I'm done, y'all? I'm done. Like, you got 1 month to figure out how you're going to pay your rent. We don't know what the dynamic is, right? There's just so many possibilities. Although I really do believe that this has to do with money. The blood drops look like a bleeding now. I'm sad to think they may have punched her in the face. I mean, it is sad to think about, but that's just what it is. Damage. Hello, my friend. Like a doctor's bag. Yeah, but it looked to be metal to me. I could have been wrong, but I was like, why the hell are they doing that? They're not sending their best. Man, then F1. I'm sure I'm butchering your name, and forgive me, please. They're not. No. Arnold says, whoever abducted her had this planned many months in advance without being discovered. He is no dummy for sure. I do think that it was planned for. This is not a spur of the moment thing. I think you are completely right about that. Pink Peony says, my auntie, early 70s, is back on the market looking for companionship online. She says she's having a lot younger suitors responding, and she's not interested in being a sugar mama. And that's what they're responding for. They're sending criminals, murderous, rapist. I gotcha. Benny, hey, girlfriend. Nancy Grace is a great reporter. I love her. She is my hero. Y'all, she's my hero. Her and Jay Badass, who is a 20-year retired FBI agent that is a mod here in our channel. She helps us out understanding the FBI a lot. We appreciate her. I've been watching Nancy Grace and was thinking, Leanie must love this girl. I do. Dot, I used to couldn't stand her in my younger years, but now I'm just like, I've got a case of the fuckets too. I feel her. I feel everything she says. And the faces she makes, I'm like, give them hell, Nancy, give them hell. A book deal in the making. Very well. Could be. Always about the money. Always about the money. One way or another. That's all we heard, right? That she didn't want to give no more money, that he had a gambling problems and he put them bankrupt. Very well could have. Yeah, that did come out in the news. Now, I don't know it to be for a fact, but it has been said that he had a gambling problem, y'all. It has been. Angie, welcome, says, I'm sick of this fucked up story. Why don't someone tell the truth from your mouth to God's ears, honey? We're just as confused as we were by day 2. In fact, it's getting weirder. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. Lulu, was Savannah's sister and husband, I don't even know what that word means. Lulu, can you talk English, like dummy it down for me? I can't even say the word. Husband's I think Lulu does to me on purpose. All right, I'm gonna fuck up this word really bad. Was Savannah's sister and husband impunk? That sounds like a sexual connotation. Could he really have done it for money? Surely the wife would suspect if it was him, or maybe denial because of guilt. Listen, I'm just going to liken it to this right now. There's been many children in this world that have blamed one of their parents for SAing them. Or let's just say blame their father for SAing them. And how many times did the mother believe the father over the child? It happens all the time. So Annie could just be one of those women that just believes her hubby. I'm not saying he's an SA. I am just using that as how easy it is for some women and men to be just taken for, because God, they love them. Y'all, they love them. They would never do that. They love them. They're good men and women. Fuck everybody, y'all. I'm telling you, don't trust nobody. Angie says, this is bullshit. America deserves more than this shit. I agree with you 100%. Reporters were on the scene before the police, screwing up the investigation. I'm trying to remember. I think the police were there first, Arnold. I do think the police were there first, but remember, the police released the house not once, not twice, but 3 times. The first time they released the house, yes, reporters went up there, and Brian Inton is the first one that was up there, I think, or at least the first one to report on the blood that was on the porch. And then the police came back out and sealed the scene again. By then it's too late. And I'm telling you, I have said from day one that finding the perpetrator of this crime is going to be the first hurdle. The hardest hurdle is going to be getting a conviction, because the crime scene, from word go, they fucked this up. Diamond says they showed actual shoe prints that have stepped in the blood to make a pattern. I didn't see that. I did not see that. Send that to me, please. Okay, true crime lady, I have a question for you. You mean okay, true crime lady? I'm not really a true crime lady. I just like true crime, but I do everything on this channel. Everything. Believe you me, we do everything on this channel. It's just right now we're covering this. But go ahead. Leanie, pull up the video. Let me see which one you're asking me. Hold on. I'm trying to stay in chat too and do all that. So if I don't have it pulled up, I lose a lot of the chat if I do that. So give me a second. Which video you want? Because I still need to pull up the one that Shag needed me to. Hi, Vicky. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. What about one tomatoes, hot sauces, bandmates? That's who I think is on the video. I think Tomato asked her if he could borrow some money from Nancy, and she said, "Not no, but hell no, bitch. Get a job." That's what old Nancy said. I'm in agreement. It's all about money, and I do believe that at least one of the perps, and the one that we see with the backpack on, is an ex-bandmate or a new bandmate or the bandmate. Who knows? Wouldn't this be considered crime of passion? I don't know. Thought that has to do with lovers, but I could be wrong. Diamond says TMZ listed credit to JLR using clips from his video. JLR deserves every good thing that could come and happen to him. He has been there from day one. He has let all of us creators use his video just to keep the word out. And he could strike every one of us and be the only true crime person on the net, but he's been good to all of us, and I appreciate that from him. I just pray every day that she is found. Erica, I'm with you, honey. Impetuous means chronic lack of money. Okay. I've never even heard of that word. Leanie, when you go look it up, Woman Up, you have to press the interview, The Daily Dose on IG. Okay. Let me put this down because I want to stay in chat for a little bit. If I stop chatting, you guys, I'm already what? I don't even know how far in chat I am. And if I bring it up, then I'm going to get further. They'll blame Trump before it's over. They're already doing that. Daily Dose. Okay. Pink Peony, one of my exes is a gambler and sucks at it. Oh, honey, I think I remember you telling us about that 3 times a lady. True Crime Lady, do you ever cover the Epstein files and subsequent cover up? To tell you the truth, I was never a true crime channel. I am just a life channel. We do everything. There's nothing we haven't talked about. There's nothing that we won't talk about. As long as everybody can be respectful of it. We love true crime. What ends up happening is if a bunch of us start talking about it and we decide we need to get on board with this one and start talking because we can't shut up and none of us can sleep. But I have not covered the Epstein files. Or the cover up, and there's plenty of it. And I don't know that I'd be good at it, to tell you the truth. I would have to do a lot of research and probably have my husband come up because he's a conspiracy theorist and he would be good at it. And I don't know. I make fun of Andrew. I make fun of a lot of things, and we did cover what's her name. I'm getting tired. So when I get tired, I start losing things in my head, and I've got a lot in there. A lot of marbles. And, but we did cover, Giuffre. What's her first name, you guys? She ended up taking her own life over the whole thing. I forget her first name. Maybe you guys will bring it up, but yes, we did cover that. Let me try to get caught up. Brian Enton is a great reporter. He sure is. I agree with that. Hi, Keesa. Hi, Keesa. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I got to go to bed. Got a child that is up before the chickens. Love y'all in chat. Bye, Don. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you so much. Any missing persons, notify the FBI first. What happened with the landfill? The police just came out and said that it had nothing to do with the Nancy Guthrie case. We played that one already, but yep, that's what they said. Have you seen the clip of Nanos claiming the police were there Saturday night No. Let me write that down too. Some of this I'm going to have Maggie cover, you guys, because I can't get to all of it. But I do keep notes. Maggie and I do talk about stuff, what she's going to cover and stuff like that. So if chat's going really good, like I appreciate it is right now, then she could start on these and answer these questions. Yeah, let's see. Saturday night, 1/3/31. Okay. Which reporter claiming Nancy went missing on 1/30 night, 5 to 7 p.m. I will pass that on to Maggie. Thank you so much for that. Leah. You know, they have that stupid reality show. Yes. We learned of that the night before last night. It came out on January the 7th. What's the best way to get ratings up? Have a CC News anchor mom go missing. I don't even know. I don't even know. We just call it broke. That's right. Oh, is that a reality show I've been hearing about? Yeah, it's called Desert Law. We brought it up the night before last. It's already done its 7th episode in the first season. I think they're fixing to go in, or they were going to go into season 2. I don't know if they're going to do it now because of all of this. America, where pedophiles are protected, there's no law if you have cash and harm kids. Hits. I'm just going to call you that because I don't want to mess up your name, honey. Listen, there's nobody more pissed off at me than to see that pedophiles get released from jail before somebody who's putting a needle in their arm. And that may sound harsh and that may sound mean, but you guys, I'm a realist and I call it the way I see it, okay? We have got a real problem in this country when we are releasing murderers, pedophiles, anything like that. When we're releasing those, but yet a guy who has got an addiction problem, he's doing life. And I'm not talking about the ones that are out there selling it to your kids and stuff like that. That's a different thing. But when you get picked up on the street for having so many grams of whatever, I don't even know how that fucking works because I don't do that stuff. But I do have a problem. Listen, if you want to do all those things with your life and screw up your life, do you? I don't really, you're not harming me. You're not harming my kids, my grandkids. If that's the way you want to end your life, go ahead. Do you? As long as you're not pushing it, selling it, doing it to anybody else, go on. But yet we'll keep them in jail for life and let out these pedophiles. Y'all were fucked up. Something's wrong. Something is wrong with that. If it was done for insurance, they will be waiting longer to collect it. If she died from old age, going to take years without a body. That makes you wonder what they did take out of the house. Did they take jewelry and stuff like that to get them by? Virginia, thank you so much, Kisa. Virginia Giuffre, yes, we covered that. And just the saddest thing. Have you found your mule, Leanie? No, Peony, I keep looking. They're too expensive. I'm going to have to do some serious sex crimes for that. Kidding. That was a joke. Or not. Not sex crimes, but like open a OnlyFans, like start putting my feet on because they're like over $1,000. That's the one I'm talking about, Leanie. Oh, the Giuffre one? The Virginia Giuffre? Lizzo's in the house, y'all. Lizzo, I've got some notes for you that I'm going to pass on to you that people are asking me about in chat here. But if I go to look them up right now and try to bring them up, you know, that's going to take so much time. And then I get behind in the chat. That's the one from the Daily Dose. That's the one I want you to go look at. Okay, I'm going to pat the Virginia Giuffre. We did cover that here on this live before. I have a live that we did that. But I will take a look at that. I won't pass that one on because that has to do with the Epstein files. I won't pass that one on to Maggie and them because right now we're covering this one, Shag. But yes, I've done a live on it. If you go to my page and you go to my lives and just type it in, it'll bring it up. The entire show is about just the Pima County Sheriff's Department. That's right. Yep, it is. It's just terrible. I thought that too until I saw the portal notification said the same thing. Did I miss some? Nanos must be on something. Let me see. Nanos must be on something. It was filmed in the spring and summer. Yes. She went to her daughter's house around that time. Erica says, Pink Peony says, I wonder if the sheriff lets the tears flow in the reality show too. That would, you guys let me know. I can't even stand to watch it right now. I just want to go and punch those people. Seriously, I'm gonna get put in the jailhouse. Sure, you can send them over. I will have a look. Thank you so much, Liz. The Daily Dose one is the one I was talking about. That's the one that the person in the chat room was saying it's the same one. Okay. Yep, I will pass it on. Thank you so much. Patricia, sadly, no, she has not been found yet. No. But we're going to keep at it. We're going to keep at it and see this to the end. Shag says, no, we're mixing stories. Daily Dose is the one lady on Instagram where he said it was the night before there. Okay, hold on. Let me just bring it up. Everybody give me a minute. I don't have IG on here, but I'll try to bring it up. All right, let me see what I can find. Timeline. I'm not, hold on, I'm not seeing anything yet on it. Put in one more thing, see if I can find it. No. I'm not seeing it in any of it. I mean, there's a lot in the videos about it, but I will hand that over to Lizzo. It's the only thing I can do right now. I'm going to have to hand that over to Lizzo and see if she could find anything on it, and then they could bring it up in their live. I'm so sorry about that, Shag, but we'll get that covered. I pray for her and her family. God, please be with her and her family. Amen. Patricia, thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. Liza says they are going out searching today, even though Nano said they're not allowed to search without a permit. That just means people are going to get arrested. Liz, I did put a thing on here about that. It's right here. It's the picture that I took off of Facebook. About that, it gives the time where everybody's meeting at and things like that. JLR will probably be covering it tomorrow, as well as everybody else who's out there. So that's in the media assets. You can tell. Well, they're meeting here. Let's see. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning here. So it's 2 o'clock over there. They're meeting in 6 hours. So in 6 hours, that's when this is supposed to kick off, you guys. But that is in the media files, Liz, if I don't get to talk to Maggie first. All right. I'm out of here. I'll be sleeping in church this morning. Arnold, it was so good talking to you. I hope you'll come back and chat with us again. Thank you for coming in, and have a great day. Get you some rest, honey. Pat says, I pray to God she be found soon and alive. You have 2 lives going. Yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't see those other comments. It's because that's what YouTube is trying to do now. They're trying to stream on regular YouTube and then on the verticals too, so that the channels reach more people. That's what it is. So if you look at my page, I'm always going to put chat here so everybody knows which live to go into, where you'll be able to see the whole, that people can chat in. Because when this first kicked off, when YouTube first kicked this out, we could see all of the comments. Now they're blocking a lot of comments, won't let us see it. Even I was in Maggie's chat the other day, and everything I put in, and I wasn't even cussing, go figure. It blocked it, ticked me off. That was when she was supposed to be going over to her daughter's house. Gotcha. Hi, Jack. Good to see you, honey. Thank you for coming in. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right. The other day, I don't remember which one of my sources told me this, but I just want to thank, there's some really sweet ladies that, not saying you men aren't sweet, but I'm saying that there's been some ladies that have, we've met while we've been covering this, that have really been sending me and Maggie some good things. And I don't always put them on here right away when they send them to me, maybe even that day, because I do like to verify things as well as I can. So one of the ladies who sent this to me, I don't remember which one, y'all forgive me. Believe me, we have probably got over 600 emails in there still now. It's really hard to keep up with. And that's just the channel account. So, and then we have, I have my messenger, and then we have our Discord, and then the emails. It's a lot to keep up with, but I try. All right. I'm going to bring this up because, one of the girls sent, she might still be in here, sent this to me and the other day, and I wanted to really get into it and try to find what they were talking about it. And I did find something, and I guess it's completely true about the bloodstained gloves, you guys. I mean, when she told me, I was kind of blown away. And I went looking this afternoon for it, and I found some stuff on it. So let's take a look at this. Hold on, let me stop. Let's just, everybody get on that Manjaro, y'all. Get on that Manjaro. Oh.
Over the years.
Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. All right, finish playing this so I can get rid of it. Much. All right, let me just, come on now. Come on, I'm not even supposed to be showing this. You're going to get me busted. independent.
It's key to interview some of these officers who traveled with him extensively for years. Many of them had been with him for years, and they would have gone to all the 5 residences.
I don't know what the hell they're talking about, so let me just read it. Hope everybody can see it in chat. Let me make it bigger. That's the most important thing. They'll give me mods. I cannot see chat right now. Okay. Bloodstained gloves were found near Nancy Guthrie's home as search enters the 3rd week. So they told me this a couple days ago, you guys, but like I said, there's so much that comes through the email that we're trying to keep up with. And then we try to verify it. And then we still tell you guys, take it with a grain of salt, because we all know everybody's lying to us. So this is, my source is the Independent. Yeah, my source is the Independent. And this was published Saturday, the 21st of February, which was yesterday at 10:57. And it says, a pair of bloodstained gloves were found in the desert near Nancy Guthrie's home, a couple claimed, as the search for the 84-year-old enters its 3rd week with no named suspects. Nancy Guthrie, the elderly mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, was last seen at her home in the affluent Catalina foothills outside Tucson, Arizona on January the 31st. She was abducted from her home in the early hours of February 1st. Police later shared doorbell cam footage of the suspect wearing a ski mask and dark gloves. On Friday, a couple revealed to the local outlet KVOA that they came across a pair of black gloves in the desert less than a mile from Guthrie's neighborhood on February the 11th. Sure enough, it was a black glove in the desert. It appeared to have looked like it was ripped. Oh. The woman who asked to remain anonymous said it also appeared to look like it had blood on it. The blood appeared to be towards the wrist side of the glove and on the pointer finger, she continued. The couple found a second glove that appeared to match less than 10 feet away. And also from the glove, it looked like blood drops on the rock underneath the glove was like dried blood or something, the husband added. We didn't move it or touch it. We immediately were like, we have to do something. The couple said they called the police, who questioned them at the scene for some time, according to the outlet. In a statement to the Independent, Pima County Sheriff's Department said Saturday they cannot confirm whether the gloves that were found by the couple were being tested for DNA. Y'all, the fuck? Here we go. Sheriff, I don't know. We don't know. Can't confirm it. Nobody knows. Oh my God. Detectives and agents have collected multiple gloves from the area, and analysis is part of the investigation, the department said. Earlier this week, the department announced on social media that DNA on a pair of gloves found 2 miles from Guthrie's home did not trigger a match in the FBI's national database and did not match DNA found on the property. It was not immediately clear whether the update is related to the gloves found in the desert by the couple. As the case enters its 3rd week, sources told ABC News that investigators may soon scale back the resources given the lack of progress. There are 400 investigators working on the case 24/7 at the moment, but the sources told the outlet that a smaller task force could move in as leads are so far coming up empty. The sheriff's department said an investigation remains active. As long as the leads continue to come in, investigators will continue to follow up on them, the department said in a statement. Currently, several hundred personnel are assigned to this case from various law enforcement agencies and are actively reviewing thousands of tips. Pima County Sheriff's Chris Nanos, Sheriff, I don't know, who has come under intense scrutiny over the case, vowed his team would find Nancy Guthrie in an interview on Friday. He said, "We're not quitting," he told NBC's News. "We'll find her." Between the FBI and the local officials, the reward for information in this case has grown to more than $200,000. Savannah Guthrie has posted videos online pleading with the kidnapper to return her mother. I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late, Guthrie said in an Instagram video last weekend. It's never too late to do the right thing. The TV star said that her mother needs medication for her health condition. Her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medication. She needs to survive. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer. The news anchor pleaded in a video posted on social media. That's that, you guys. That's that. I mean, who knows? I mean, if they don't know, how are we to know? I mean, double tap your screen, guys. Shag's on Manjaro. Shag, I'm on that Manjaro too. I'm digging it. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm so addicted to like just taking a shot now, even if my sugar finally balanced. I was so happy when my doctor said, congratulations, you're a full-fledged diabetic. I was like, right on, hit me with some Manjaro. He said, I never had anybody act that way for Manjaro. I mean, for being a diabetic. I was like, it has nothing to do with being a diabetic. I just want the Manjaro. But in 3 months, y'all, my sugar, my A1C was perfect. My I don't have blood pressure. My cholesterol was coming down. There was all different things they tested for, and all but one thing. The cholesterol is not perfect yet, but it's getting there. So I'm a believer that not only does it help lose weight, but it connects a lot of stuff. Anomaly, how are you, honey? How are you? Good to see you. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Will you double tap the screen for me? I appreciate it so much. So much. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think things are trickling out. I said that if we didn't hear any new like sort of news by Monday, that I felt like something was going to be released Monday or Tuesday. And I still feel that way. I still feel like next week something bigger, whether they're going to release more of the video, because after all, they're saying they're waiting on Google to give them more of it. That's what I just believe. Maybe a little bit more video, maybe a couple more still pictures, maybe even confirming that it's more than one person. I mean, do you guys believe that there's more than one person? I know some people do, some people don't. I think there was more than one person. We found bloody gloves after a bloody abduction. Not sure if we should DNA test it. What the fuck is wrong with these investigators? Too much peyote? I don't even know what that means either. Peyote. No, don't know. You got me, girlfriend. But yeah, it doesn't. You got to collect everything. You have got to collect everything, because what happens if it was that one thing that you said, nah, listen, everything else is coming up a blank. We're just throw all that shit away, you guys. We're done with that. What if it was that one thing that you just decided to throw away that could lead you right to the perpetrator? Danielle says, I think the reward should be bigger. I agree with you. I think I would know if that was my husband, you guys, standing on that doorstep. I definitely would know if that was my husband, if he turned around and walked the other way like he did on the video. And I will say this, if I was going to try to protect somebody, you better come off of a lot more than $200,000. $200,000 is not even going to buy you a home in the United States. And they have the money, and it pisses me off. How bad do you want your mama back? It's funny. Yeah, my doctor just told me my diabetes is under control since I've been on the Manjaro, which I'm very happy about. Me too. I'm so proud of myself. I'm the last one of all my siblings to get it. Woo, woo. Thank God, just felt sorry for me. Shaq says, yes, I lost 45 pounds in the last 3 months. Go, boy. You know what peyote is? Oh, mush. Oh, got it. No, I really didn't know what it was in Omaha. Really didn't. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. I never done anything a day in my life that was illegal except for hanging out with these very bad people online on one of my lives for the first time I ever smoked something in a in one of those pin things in a legal state. Oh, I don't even know what happened. Next thing I know, I was on a roller coaster and it was all live. Every bit of it was live. Every bit of it was live. It's a hallucinogen weed that grows in the desert. Okay. Of course, there was 2 people. The one at the front was trying to be a distraction while the other person went in the back slider door. Ashley Banfield has FBI friend. Her source said back door opened. I've heard the back door was wide open the whole time. The whole time. And now we watched Fox News with their professional dude on there that actually said, and the commentators agreed with him, that the police nor the sheriffs nor the FBI has ever truly come out and said that there was no breaking and entry or forced entry into the house. What? That's the first thing we heard. There was no entry into the house, no forced entry into the house. And now Fox News yesterday said the police never said that. The sheriffs never said that. The FBI never said that. And I'm like, wait, what? We played it on here a little while ago. Fucking crazy. You skipped both my comments, you old bitch. Y'all hear Leah talk to me like that? I'm a smacker. But hope you go back and read them because I typed them twice. I did read this one. Of course, it was 2 people. Ashley Banfield. I got that one, sister. Leah's going to come over here and kick my ass, y'all. Hold on, sister. Hold on. I see it on Nancy Grace where she said they sent the ransom, but haven't heard anyone else say it. They sent like a 100 and 200 thing. Double tap your screens. I'm on my laptop. All right, Bratty Leah. Honey, the only thing I see from you is the one that I've got on the screen right now, which I just read a little while ago. There were 2 people. And then the next one, I see you blasting me for skipping past both of your comments. That's all I see, babe. That's where it came from. Okay, so I did it right on. She's going to give me a break. Leah's going to kick my ass, y'all. She's been working hard on this case. Leah's one of the ones. Leah, got to give her a shout out. She's in that email, y'all. She's sending us all kind of different things about this case to look up and try to verify and get out to you guys. Shout out to Benny. Benny's been doing it too. Shout out to her. Shout out to Dawn. We really appreciate anybody that's, giving us things. Now, like I said, not everything we're going to report on that night or the next day, because I really do try to be as factual as I can. But with this case, it's kind of hard, but at least I'm trying to find reputable sources to bring it to you guys with, because I don't want to be one of those people that brings up just things because I hear them. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to say, this is my source. And if it's wrong, y'all go after them. Y'all, something else stands out so much to me. Tell me. Look at the frame where one had the holster on like a fanny pack. Okay. If you look at the holster, isn't that a firearm? Yes. So hold on. We've got this right here. Let me find one. Maggie and I both put stuff on here, and then we're also having to delete stuff because StreamYard only lets you to have so much. Let me take this down. Or is this what we're talking about, babe? Anomaly. Are you talking about right here? Yes, there is. That's why they say this holster they think came from Walmart as well. It's generic. It doesn't belong to the gun because obviously the gun doesn't even fit in it. The white part that you see is the holster part of it. The black part right above not where the strap is, but the black part right underneath his hand, that is the handle of the gun, you guys. So this is not the correct holster, but I don't even believe this gun is registered. I just don't think it is. This is just another generic thing to put, you know. I'll leave that up and make sure that that's what you were talking about. If you look at the holster, isn't for that firearm. That's right. Yeah. Yep. Why take the camera unless you know she doesn't have a subscription? See, Dot. Listen, I'm really believing that if how this was set up, y'all, if I'm wrong, I will come on here and tell you guys that when this is all said and done, I had that wrong, I had that wrong, I had that wrong, and that wrong. I hope I'm completely wrong. But what makes a lot of sense to me, and I said it before, is that they say that she didn't have a subscription to any security provider. That makes absolutely no sense. So what if tomato hot sauce dude is actually the mastermind? The guy or guys in this picture that's on here are his buddies, you know. But also he called mom-in-law and said, hey, we're updating your security system. I'm sending guys over there to fix it. And instead of fixing it, they were dismantling a lot of them because they knew this was the next step in the crime. What says you guys? I said that from the very, very beginning. We seen the police said that is how gang members were with the gun. Oh, that they wear them up front like that. All the gang members I grew up with in Southern California, they always had them in the back of their pants. Always. Don't gang members usually have it in their pants? Yeah, that's the way that I've always known them too. I don't know what this is about. I don't. He's just a dumbass all the way around. I hear you and I believe you. Same as you, and I will come on here as well and tell everyone I was wrong. Yeah. I mean, there's no shame in being wrong. Nobody right now, none of us are wrong and none of us are right because we don't have all the evidence. We're not investigators. We don't know. So that's why I say take everything with a grain of salt, and everything is in the realm of possibility. It just is. Am I losing my mind, or is there two people in that picture? I believe it to be two people. But even my girl Nancy Grace says that this right here is not, she believes two people are involved, but this is not two people. I absolutely believe this is two people. The guy with the holster on, the backpack on, looks like a very much younger guy to me. His body looks leaner. He holds his shoulders up different than the guy without all the tactical gear, if you want to call it that, on. His shoulders droop more. I believe this is a beer belly or a pot belly, whatever you want to call it, because I believe the zipper that's going straight down the center of his shirt actually curves underneath his stomach. I believe that the guy that doesn't have all the stuff on him has a bigger head and maybe more hair than the younger guy with the gun. So maybe we'll find out. It is a split screen. It is a split screen. Thank you for saying that, Tashi. I probably should have said it. Maggie put up the pictures of the two together, the guy with all the gun and stuff on, and then the other guy who we don't know when he showed up, or if the guy with the gun took off. A lot of people are saying he just took off all of his gear, and that's him standing there without the gear on. Makes no sense to me. But let's just see. Anomaly says, I don't see people wearing their holster like that. It's a bunch of things that doesn't make sense. I girlfriend, I don't know. Shag says, yep. Me and Shag will be up here on panel saying, we're sorry, guys. We just led you down the wrong streets. Reflective tape, you're breaking in. Maybe those just come on the backpack. What says you? They were saying that gang members from Mexico do that. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's so silly. Why would you do that? The Mexican gang, I don't know. Dot says, Leah, are you talking about the Mexican carry? Somebody did call it that, a Mexican carry. Hi, unsupervised. Man, I like your game. I like your name. What? It's the same guy with a backpack. So you think the two pictures of the same guy? A lot of people do think that. I don't really know, but to me, it looks like two different guys, two different body types altogether. Or they took the bag and the holster off, but I think that without the holster and the bag off him, he looks fatter. I mean, you know, or they're twins that dress the same. That's what Nancy Grace was saying too. I don't know. I do believe that there's more than one perp though, you guys. They just look different to me. Now, I'm learning about light and I'm learning about pixelation and things like that, with what the camera can do. So I'm very aware now that it could be the same guy, pixelated different in a different kind of a light, because obviously the guy that doesn't have the backpack on, there is no light behind him. There's no sensor lights on, whereas the guy with the gun and the backpack on, you can see his shadow on the ground when he walks up. The still picture of this guy, there is no shadow. So obviously the lights have already been punched out or whatever. It is what it's called. The cop said something about that. Didn't know, but I've heard somebody say it. Shoes are different. See, that's the other thing. Some people are saying, hi, Candace, good to see you. Thank you for coming and thank you for chatting with us. Candace says the shoes are different. A lot of people are saying they're two different types of shoes. There's a rumor that the pic with no bag and pew pew is actually from the 11th of January. Now, I have heard that too, you guys, but here's the deal. Why would the police have put it out? Are the police the ones that put that out? Okay, maybe we need to do, all right, let me write that down. Try to verify where the second picture came from. I'll try to verify where it first came from. I thought the police put it out. It's called a Mexican carry. I think Liz is actually the first person that said that on here. It's two different people. That's what Mel says. Anomaly says, don't wear the backpack. Someone flashes a flashlight and boom, they see you. There's just so many different ways of looking at it, really. Oh, you thought it was two people at first? Anomaly says, family, cartels have nothing to do with this. Why would they? Think about it. I don't think they have anything to do with it either. I absolutely do not think they have anything to do. They're not this sloppy. If the cartel had anything to do with this, they would not have picked up flowers to try to hide themselves from the camera. They would have already had the masking tape out, you guys. Come on. The guy on the left is okay. The left guy is the one that was in front of the video camera. The right guy is the one in the back who opened the sliding door and went in while the other guy kept lookout. I think they both were in the house. That's just me. And I do think that there was a door open in the back of the house somewhere, because that's what they first said. And I think that was on the 911. I think that's what they had said. The 911 came. That's how she got into the house, was through the back, or through the garage door, because they didn't mention the blood until after the blood on the front porch, until after the press got a hold of it and got pictures of it. That's when the blood came out. And that's when they came out and said, we believe it to be an abduction. They weren't going to tell us about the blood. So I don't even think that the family saw the blood, because why would they have said, my mom's missing, instead of there's blood everywhere? And just, I mean, I haven't heard the 911. I don't know that we ever will, but who knows? FBI released them, I believe. What? Oh, both pictures? Okay. Well, we'll do some digging and try to find out. I know there were 4 pictures the FBI released first. They were stills taken from the video, and the one with the pew pew, they were all 4 with the pew pew. And then a day later, I think, is when the video came. And then a day after that is when the picture came that didn't have him wearing any backpack or anything. So, JNS, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you so much. Sheriff originally said they went to Nancy's on Saturday night, but she wasn't missing until Sunday. Sheriff originally said they went to Nancy's on. Was it because of the time? Was it because of the time frame? Because depending on what they have as far as people being around the house and stuff like they wouldn't. They went to Nancy's on Saturday night, unless the people who hadn't slept yet, maybe there were police there. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's still Saturday. It's not Sunday, because I'm still up. Do you know what I mean? But if I was writing it on paper, I would have to write Sunday. But who knows? Some people say that she went missing on 1/31, not February 1st. The only reason that I have to believe that it was February 1st was the video doesn't show any blood on the ground. No time or dates. The police were also asking for rain nest footage from neighbors from 11 January. That's right. That's right. Definitely they were bold in the house. Leah says, Ashley Banfield had a very close friend who's an FBI agent working on the case, told her that there is blood splatter in the house, and that is indicative of the same splatter on the porch. I have a question about that. So somebody brought up last night if all the blood droplets, all of them, were tested that was on the porch. And I got to thinking about that. So I went back and I was looking at pictures, and it doesn't look like it was. But you know, there's a place on it that actually looks like maybe she hit the ground and it kind of, smudged. But now I'm wondering, is where it's smudged on the ground, is that where they took the blood sample? But shouldn't they have sampled each drop just to make sure that each drop belonged to her? I don't know. And there's also got to be blood on the mat. So I'm just curious about that. And I've always thought if there's blood outside the house, there's blood inside the house. I don't think the pop or whatever made that blood happen, I don't think it happened right there on the porch. So why January the 11th? What else happened then that would make them ask about? I think they had a picture. Was it Leah, or was it Benny, or was it Dawn? One of them said that a picture with another guy with a backpack was seen on January the 11th. I think that's what it has to do with. I could be wrong. Shag says, yeah, when Brian took the photo of the blood and the still pictures of the blood, he reported it first. That's right. They didn't tell us any of that until after it was already in the media. Hi, Mila. I pray to God she is found. This is very weird for someone to take an 84-year-old woman. She is a liability. How would they have known to create a random note of they didn't already know what she has? Yeah, that. And you wouldn't get a ransom. You wouldn't get a ransom note 3 or 4 days later. You just wouldn't. They would have left the note there at the house if it was a real ransom, or they would have called, or it would have been there by the next day. Have you ever heard of one waiting that long? Helen says, hello, Helen. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Seems blood drops in the porchway appeared after Nest Cam footage. Otherwise, the intruder would have stepped into the blood droplets and smudged the blood everywhere. I agree. And that's the only thing when people do say that she actually, because even I questioned, did she even get home that night from her daughter's house? And then I was like, wait a minute. So I went back and I looked at the video and the still pictures, and the blood wasn't there yet. So unless they've got a vial of her blood and they put it around, I just don't see that happening. Anomaly says, dear Annie Guthrie, please bring our mom home. Shag says, see, that's what I'm trying to tell you, when you can finally get in there. Shag, do you ever come to Maggie and Lizzo's live during the day? Get in there to see. Nope, that's not why. JNS, but no one reported her missing till she missed church. Right. Am I missing something you're trying to say? I might be. So if he dropped her off at right before 10 o'clock and she wasn't expected to be anywhere else, then when people would expect to miss her would be at church. But she wasn't actually going to church. She was going to her friend's house to watch the service together, which I guess is what she had started doing. So I guess by the time church was over, maybe even the friend who she is used to spending Sunday mornings with and watching church with, maybe she tried calling her a couple times and she didn't answer. Who knows? And then once church was over, then she was like, wait a second. Let me just call the family to have them check on her. I hope that makes sense. Leah says she also goes into a very detailed timeline of facts on the case. Most of them people don't know about because they listen to other people and rumors. That's right. We should watch her video. It's very interesting. Which video is that? Let me go back up here and see. Ashley Bamfield's. Is it recent? Is recent because I usually watch her. So is the one you're talking about recent? Okay, Leanie, I'm getting a headache. I'll catch rest on replay. Thanks, Dot. Appreciate you. It looks like splatter from a cough and blood drops. Lizzo says, why leave porchway doormat in place? Helen, I'm obsessed with the doormat. I am so obsessed. People are sick of hearing me say it because that's my answer to everything. Why is the doormat still sitting there? He walked all over it. There could be trace DNA on that, and it's still sitting there. But now everybody else has walked all over it. So there's that. Blood spatter analysis expert said the blood looks like someone with the nosebleed or coughing up blood. It certainly is too much information to be not being confirmed. That's right. Right. Nanos didn't want to confirm that there was blood in the house, but he didn't say. Yeah. Well, he said that they've got DNA in the house that didn't belong to her. But what kind of DNA? Is it blood? I believe it to be blood. Is it spit? Is it God forbid, is it semen? Is it, I don't know. I think it's blood. And I think it's a significant amount of blood. The January 11th thing came from the people Googling Nancy. That's right. Okay. So I don't remember who asked because it's all just starting to fry in my brain together now. Somebody Googled Nancy's address on January the 11th and Savannah Guthrie's salary. And that was what, 3 weeks before the crime happened? The things that make you go, And the daughter that lives 10 minutes away wasn't the first to know that mom was missing, Anomaly says, meaning she hadn't had any contact with the mom since the evening before. I know to a lot of us that just were up our mom's butts all day and all night, y'all, that's just so weird to us. I suspect in JLR's said their local police friend had told them the pic without the backpack was footage from the 11th. See, I had also heard that there was this picture was from the 11th as well. So I've got that written down. We'll get that. We'll try to find out as much as we can. No, not if they left out the back door. They could have put the blood splatter on the porch. It's a decoy. Yeah, I just think that's a lot though, don't you? I mean, and they said that, recently they just said that the front door was unlocked. I mean, if they brought her out the front door, they're not going to stop to unlock it. To lock it back up. You know what I mean? So I really believe, and I could be wrong, that they came through the back door and went out the front door. I believe the car was that's why I think there's more than two people. I think it took two people to get her out of the house, and there was someone driving a car, or the guy was still the guy that went to get the car. One guy was bringing her out. Maybe she fell or she got hit, got a bloody nose, and so the other guy came and helped. I don't know. I just don't think one person could have gotten her out. Hi, Kelly. Is it her blood? I'm unsure. Yes, it's been proven that the blood that you see on her front porch, it is hers. No problem. So glad you're here. Thank you for coming in and thank you for joining chat. I haven't followed enough to know if it's Nancy's blood. No problem at all. We got all the answers. They may not be truthful answers, but not for lack of trying. It's just that the police aren't even telling us the truth, so we're all screwed. Basically, we're just using our brains. But yes, the police came out, or the FBI came out and said that is in fact her blood on the porch, and that there is unidentified DNA in the house, which I believe to be blood, that does not match her or anybody in her circle. I have not heard if it is or not. So there you guys go. A red herring. I think that all of the ransom shit is definitely a red herring. Don't usually get a chance to. Oh, it's okay, Shaq. It's okay. If they go over it, I'll take notes on it and I'll bring it up here. I think you just came out yesterday because I got a notification last night. I watched it. Thank you so much. Oh, you think Banfield? Okay, let me look at it. Let me catch up really quick. I see some new faces in chat. There was another reporter that videotaped the porch with blood. That Matt was gone. JLR pointed up there yesterday. It was still there. They took a screenshot for me. It's still there. Horrible investigation where who lets a crime scene be exposed and walked on and trampled on and closed and opened. I'm sorry, I'm being facetious and sick then. They probably would have been able to catch them by now had they trapped and protected the crime scene. Chandel, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Beautiful name. We are in a total agreement with that. Listen, when you got Barney Fife handling a case, then Yeah, and a dog peed on it too. Yes, that's right. That's right. Hello, guys. That's why the cops were asking for people to bring camera videos all the way back to January the 11th. The doormat likely wasn't taken because the amount of traffic, the chances of viable sample is minuscule. But Unicorn, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your comment. Don't you think that we don't go by we shouldn't be going by chances? You have to collect all evidence. You clearly see the perpetrator walking all over the doormat. You clearly see the dried flowers that he picked out of the landscaping over there to cover up the camera, is all over the mat as well. What's the chances that there could be some touch DNA or transfer DNA or anything, something that big? I would think, yeah, you gotta get it to the FBI and have them analyze it and look at it and put a light over it. And because we know for sure her blood's on it. We know that for sure. If nothing else, that it's splattered. Okay. But what did this guy track onto the mat is what I want to know. Is there any way to pull up the bottom of his shoe on it? How clean was the mat? Would him walking in the rocks and stuff, would he have some kind of, there's dirt everywhere. Would the dirt have been left even a partial piece of what the bottom of the shoe looks like? You have to collect it. And I heard somebody on Nancy Grace say, well, maybe they're going to get DNA off the flowers that he took out of the shrubs. I was like, no, negative, they won't, because they're still laying on the porch. This case is just fucked from the beginning. If Nancy had mobility issues, surely the son-in-law should have escorted her into the garage and intern Helen, girl, yeah. Oh my God, what happened if he sexually assaulted her, killed her, and buried her? He was scared of DNA. I haven't come right out and said that, but I have said that we don't know what DNA they found in the house. I believe it to be blood, but it could be spit, it could be semen, it could be anything else. Profiler Pat Brown did a fantastic review of the case. You should take a look at it. Let me write it down. Okay. See, this is why I believe they're from around there. They know the family very well. I think so too. For YouTube. I will check it out, Unicorn. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. BB says, I don't think we are getting truth about the story either. Yes, sister, you're completely right. Like, why this woman? Right? Like, why her? Why? Obviously, they said it's an affluent neighborhood. Our own matriarch of the channel, Miss Barbara, lives 10 minutes, 15 minutes from this home. She's told us it's a neighborhood with, we have pulled up the house on Zillow. We know how much it's worth, what they paid for it, and when they moved in. We also pulled up Annie and Tabasco to Moscow toilet paper tomato, found out they were renting the home. And how long they've lived there, probably, because of when the last time the home was bought was in 2025. It could have been any of these people, obviously. You can tell by the people walking down the street, walking their dogs and stuff. Most of these people are retirees, you guys. They probably have some pretty good money. So why her? I think there's a bottom of the screen door because it has metal bars. It's like the black metal on the bottom of the door. It just looks like a line, that's all. I think the door is one of those, what do you call it? It's one of those security doors. It is the metal. The door has metal bars. It is black metal on the bottom of the door. It just looks like a line. That's all. What are we talking about? What am I supposed to be looking at that we're talking about? Beth has said yes, and she's going to pop in a chat. Wonderful. I want to know why Nancy. I think that's a great question. And listen, we may never get a motive. We've been given no foolproof motive on from Brian Koberger. Everybody wants to know the motive. We've all got our theories, but we didn't hear it from his mouth. We may never get a motive. That crime was contaminated and they won thanks to Nano, or as I like to call him, I don't know. Now when they do find inspect, or if they are suspect, or if they do and go to court, the defense is going to eat that shit up like no other. Yep. You were correct. This case is going to be a nightmare to defend. Or to prosecute, I'm sorry. This is going to be a nightmare. Because all they got to say is, how many times did you open back up the crime scene? So the only thing that makes any sense is what you've got prior to the first time you opened up the crime scene. The rest of that all could have been planted. And you know what? I'd have to agree with them if I was on the jury. I'd be like, no, put all that. I don't want to even hear about all that. Just show me what you had before you opened up the crime scene. Shag says that's why I think Nano has something to do with it as well, or someone that has something to do with it is either friends or related to him. He's screwing it up on purpose. Wow. Bevy, hello. Give me just a second here, you guys. I got some business to take care of. Y'all, I love the chat. I love it so much. Thank you guys so much. This is why I do this. I love having conversations. I absolutely cannot get enough. I'm obsessed with all of you. You give me so much to think about, and only one person said I suck. Right on. Was that Maggie? Or one of the mods said I suck? Which one was it? Bethy, welcome to the Mad Mods, you guys. We are going through the mods list, and listen, life happens, things happen. Some people may have just decided that they hate me, or that, you know, something else went on in their life, or they found another channel to call home, and no hard feelings at all. But I try to make sure I have really strong, great mods in here that don't put up with shit. Don't start no shit. There won't be no shit. If you start it, I end it, and I always win, always, because the mods are going to kick you out and I'll never see you again. And that's after I give you hell. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the mods. I'm grateful that we 3 people that we really wanted to mod the channel accepted it. And we use our mods up, you guys. We abuse them here. We're going live at least twice a day, doing 3, 4, 5-hour lives, and there's mods here, and they won't let people shit on you. So if you come in here and you're just, you can have a different opinion, but we've got to respect others' right to have those opinions. I'm very, very much for that. But if you come in here and you're just being a total bitch and you can't even say hi before you're going to be a bitch to me, then you'll probably leave it really fast. Y'all don't, I know you guys, the ones that are here now, would never think about disrespecting the mods, but they do so much for this channel, and I don't pay them because I'm fucking cheap. So, but they love us, and that's why they're here. So thank you. Thank you, Bethy. Thank you, April, and also thank you, Tashi, for taking over the wrenches. Of course, there's always a way to pull the pattern of his shoes. If it has dirt and stuff on it, the FBI can do anything. Haven't you ever watched the true crime? No, I have a very, very good friend that's an FBI agent, and I'm well aware of that. Basically, when I'm asking the question, I'm being facetious because that's just I'm just sickening like that. I'm very sarcastic. Sorry to say, but the officials and family know she's been passed away. Leah, I hope we're wrong together, sister. I really do. I really do. But I'm right there with you. And I hate it. I hate it. I just want her to come home. I want her to come home. And if she's alive, wonderful. Let's get her into some counseling. But my heart and what all I've seen of this case doesn't make any sense for her still to be alive. And if she's not, we need to bring her home and put her to peace and at rest. And these people don't deserve to have one lock of her hair, much anything else. How would this idiot in the pics do all this and bury her and no one can crack the case? I personally believe she's over in the Mexican desert. That's my opinion. Other people may think differently. Some people think she's still alive. I'm not saying anything is out of the realm of possibility. Anything is possible. None of us are right. None of us are wrong because we just don't know. But there's nothing wrong with talking about it and bouncing off each other and what makes sense and just using our brain and keeping her name out there. Because if this was my mama, I'd want y'all doing this for me. I'm not kidding you. I would have begged, borrowed, and stealed from every one of you and paid that ransom day one. Day one. Y'all would have been out here with me, walking these streets to find my mom. And if I was close enough to you guys, I'd be doing the same for you. Seriously. Because when my mama passed, I remember walking out that back door that cold freaking December morning. And I could hear the birds singing. I could hear, it was 2 days after Christmas, and I could hear kids. And I was so mad at the freaking world because it all woke up. My mom passed away in the middle of the night. And I just thought, everybody's waking up and they don't even know that the greatest woman that ever walked this world is gone. My mom's dead, and I wanted the world to stop. I hated every one of you, and I didn't even know you. I hated the world and every person in it that was not mourning my mother. It was just a crazy time, and I'm sure if you've lost anybody close to you, you totally get that. So I've come a long way in my grief. That's why they haven't been doing no searches. They didn't want to answer questions. That's why he said they are grieving. That's why they're looking for the pacemaker. Write a note. Could have told him. Praised. Oh my goodness, it's been a while. I hope you're well. So good to see you, sister. Shaq says, I don't want to go that far and think that way, but I do think the son-in-law has something to do with it as well as other people. Agreed. Leah says, or they seen something in the house that made them know she's not with us anymore. At the point, they just want her body back so Savannah can lay her mom to rest. I hope I'm wrong. Me too. I really do. I do think she passed that before she ever left the house. I just do. And I just want her to come home so she can be put to rest. And I pray I'm wrong. I want to be wrong about everything I've ever told you guys on this case. Erica says, you know what I found funny? He did a candlelight vigil. What's the usually only people? Wait a minute. Sorry, I was messing that all up. Erica says, you know what I found funny? He did a candlelight vigil. What's usually only do for people who passed away? So they usually only do the candlelight vigils for people who pass away. Well, sometimes people will do it for missing people. Like, it's yeah, a vigil or a memorial. They wouldn't call it a memorial, but that I'm sorry, you guys. That does happen quite often where people do get together and pray and light candles and things like that. Sorry, fingers, it was too soon. I watched last night and love watching the puppies and you chatting. Oh, thank you so much, Craze. It's so good to see you. Really, it is. So happy you're here. I'm talking about the screen door because he said it looks like the mat is still there. Oh, no, the mat is completely still there. It's completely still there. You can ask Lizzo. Lizzo's in chat and they got the screen shot of JLR filming. Yes, not yesterday. They didn't go live yesterday. The day before yesterday, they went live and JLR was talking about something on the door and the mat was still there and they screenshotted it for me. That was supposed to say they, not he, Erica says. Oh, they. So he wasn't out there. The family wasn't out there during the vigil, right? Vigil. Oh, thank you guys so much. Y'all know that's those babies. They're my world. Miss BB says the world is totally insane. Anomaly says Annie and husband are broke, y'all. They're broke. They broke. They are tired of dealing with mom, and Savannah is the fave and not there to help. Maybe Annie found out Savannah is going to be left everything. I asked the other who's over her estate now. Isn't it the son-in-law? I thought, and she was going to change it. Wasn't she like the next day or something? She was going to change her will the next day, but I think the son-in-law was over it, right? I could be wrong about that, but I thought so. Mary, Mother of God, says the sheriff did a shoemaker job on that clown. Listen, girlfriend, we're right there with you. The risk of involving another in a crime is like this is very high. If there are two, I bet the other is his wife or partner. Well, I mean, those eyes are beautiful. That's all I'm going to say. Mary says there's a cover up. We believe that. I think the cover up is within the family. Craze says this whole case has been crazy. I got frustrated watching for a bit and took a break. It started to have so many running wild, like Sebastian Rogers' case. Yeah. I had to back away from the Sebastian Rogers case too, so I get that. The intruder had a mouth torch, so surely when he bent over to grab the flower foliage, he may have dribbled saliva in the area. However, any evidence was probably lost to the initial bodge up. Thank you, Beth. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much for taking on the big responsibility. I don't think Nancy was alive at abduction. Me either. Okay, Google, watch the news. I find out more information online than I do on the news. I don't even watch the news. I can't. I watch I watch YouTube. I will do Google. I will do socials. I climb into people's socials. I have been known to go to the dark web for certain things on a case before. And then I just start weeding out what just is funk, what makes no sense at all, what just is, I mean, people are just looking for something to say and it makes no sense. I start weeding that out and then usually I'm stuck with just a handful of things that make sense to me. This is why I'm saying he did it on purpose. He's doing all this on purpose. And if he wants to get voted back in, Dan's going to be, I don't think he's gonna be voted back in. They didn't want, well, the people who work for him didn't want him back in office anyways. Jay says piss off. Thank you so much, Jay. Bye, Jay. I always say this is one of the best chats. Oh, thank you, Crazed. Met a lot of really great new people. And I mean, I'm so grateful because like I got a whole list of things to pass on to Lizzo now. It's her turn to do some research. So her and Maggie can do their live because just in case, Crazed, in case you can't get on at night, Maggie and Lizzo are running a live during the day from England on this channel. Eastern Standard Time, it's anywhere between 2 and 3 they go live. So closer to 3. So they've been doing it as well. And I'm so grateful for that. They finally took a day off yesterday, but there was really nothing to be said. Hi, Letitia. So good to see you. Thank you for coming in, honey. Stupid talk text. Oh my God, my name is in blue. I'm like the kid on Christmas. Thank you, Lena. Melly Joe. Melly Joe is the woman. I do suck sometimes. Really, I do suck sometimes. Like really, really bad. I suck sometimes. Laney, sorry, I have to get off track here, but Wisconsin, all the schools use Live Touch for school photos throughout the school year since I was little, right? They were mentioned in the Epstein case. Okay, I think I heard something. They're not going to use them anymore, right? So you guys aren't doing school pictures anymore, right? I don't know if you remember the platform back in the day, Pal Talk. Nope. I used to run one of those channels and it got so much, I just couldn't do it anymore. It gets crazy sometimes. Sometimes you just got to take a break. Gators don't talk no shit. Candy, hi. I can't help but to think the person on the left is a female. A lot of people think that. And listen, do you mean the one, Candy, without the pew or with it? All I can say is if that's a dude, and I do believe it's a dude, he's got some pretty eyes. I have, really. Hi, Ellie's daddy. Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you, love bug. BB says, I hope she's alive too. Highly unlikely, though. I was watching my mom. I would have been out searching from day one. That's right. JNS says ring cameras were ripped off at 1:40 a.m., but they said there was movement at 2:30 a.m. How can that be? Yeah. Don't know. And if it's movement, who's to say it's not an animal? I mean, I don't know. Dead man's wife. There's a channel telling that the family member sacrificed her. Anyway, I think she's gone from day one. Well, I think that's bad. Really sad to, when I hear sacrifice, my mind automatically goes to like really, really deep evil. But who am I to say? I do think though that she was gone day one as well. I think the cartel got her. I think the cartel would be a lot more smarter than this. That's just me. She was dead on day one. I think so too. CNN just don't lie. Can somebody check that out, please? Lewis, if you're lying to me, dude, you're gonna have to leave because that shit's not funny, dude. Shag says it's funny because Savannah's husband just made his way to her. Okay, Shag, I was wondering about that. He got there on Tuesday, but I was like, geez, I couldn't find anything if like he had been here and then went back home and then come back. I was looking everywhere to see if anybody had anything of him being here prior to this. Why did it take so long for her husband to come? Mike says, I really think the guys are from the cartel. I don't think so. And the only reason I don't think so is I just don't see the cartel reaching over and grabbing flowers to try to hide themselves on a camera. I think they would have come with some tape and already had that stuff taped down and would not have been seen for this long of a period on camera. Cartel is They're a lot smarter than this. And people say, well, they have to be pretty smart. They've eluded police for all these days. No, that's the police fucking them own selves. This didn't have anything to do with these guys being smart. The police fucked it up from day one. Hi, Erica. Good to see you. Crazed, we love you, honey. Same with your mom and dad. 115 watching, 50 likes. Can y'all double tap your screen? Y'all, I don't listen. You don't have to sub up to me if you don't want to. You don't have to become a member. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. All I ask you to do is just give me a like. That's it. It's free. It takes less than a half a second to double tap your screen or hit the like. Did you watch anywhere some places are reporting Nancy lived a double life? Some say had to pay gambling debts, but I thought it was with the son-in-law has been cleared. I don't trust anything them police officers had to say, honey. Just because they say they've been cleared, they could lie through their teeth at us. I believe that she was paying a gambling debt, and a lot of people are saying that she lived a double life and that she was going to be a whistleblower on some insurance fraud. Hi, Lynette. So good to see you again. Thank you for coming in. I read an article saying she's not returning to her job, which is understandable. Savannah, yeah. No, it was Annie. The son-in-law was cut out. Okay. I did not know that. I will have to check it out. I love listening to Maggie. Oh, and she's got Lizzo up there now with her girl. Them two British bimbos. I love them so much. This year, we all had new company doing school picks, and I didn't know why, but I noticed it now. I thought I had heard something about that on something I was watching. I say the news, meaning somebody was reporting on it. That's what I mean. But I'll ask Beefcake about it. I just ran across you, and I love you. Sherry, you're so kind. You love me? My God. Y'all, can you clip that for Maggie? Somebody who loves me, not Maggie. Or Lizzo. Suck it, Maggie. I'm just kidding. Maggie is my co-host and I love her dearly, but she's from Liverpool in the UK, and her co-host Lizzo is from Yorkshire. I want to say Yorkshire because that's how Americans would say it, but she's from Yorkshire. And they love her because they have an accent and I don't. I don't know if it's been mentioned on here, but I have read in several posts that Tomato, Tommaso, Tabasco, Hot Sauce Dude, and Annie had a pretty large gambling debt. Yeah, it's been mentioned. I wasn't sure about Annie. I think somebody said something, but for sure, Tomato, they're saying it. Maybe Mama, maybe Mama, you know. Oh, Grandmama was like, fuck y'all, I'm not paying that anymore. Like, do you get out and get a job, you freaking losers. If it was the cartel, I want to say the cartoon, shame on me. They would have been in and out without detection, right? That's right. True crime lady, who's the hottest serial killer? I don't think any serial killers are hot. Now, I will say some have not been bad looking, which is how they got away with some of the shit they got away with, and how they were able to be serial killers. Point in case, I mean, Ted Bundy was not a bad looking man, and from all accounts, he was very charismatic. And the young girls really, really liked him. Sadly, it says there are 12 people watching. Where do you see 115? Because you're over here. So I'm running there's 2 streams going. Right now it's 158 total in the 2 streams. I just subscribed, but I was wondering what happened to the first 48 hours. What? First, Rena, love your name. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you guys so much. Please just double tap your screen. That's all I ask. What happened in the first 48 hours? What happened? Well, before the 48 hours were up, they released the crime scene. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? They say the first 40 hours are the most critical hours. They released the crime scene before 48 hours were even up. So it's so sickening. Cartel are professionals. They would never be this sloppy because their own lives would depend on being successful. Good point. Good point. Cray says, can someone drop the iPhone link, or do we just open the browser and do membership? I know. Don't worry about the membership right now, Crazed. And the only reason I'm saying that, I don't want to go in too much detail, but there are some trolls that picked up the membership. So I actually took off all my membership content because I was doing lives on my membership. Like I was camming up and just doing that for members only. And I don't need any shit out there. We're still getting shit. But just because people are blocked. I mean, I haven't done nothing to nobody. If you can't behave, you got to go. I'm not running a drama community. I got enough. I fought enough battles in my life and had enough drama in my life. I just want to hang out with adults that can be civil. That's all. So, baby, don't even worry about that. I appreciate you for that so much. I got to figure out a way to do something special for the members that I thought it was pretty successful. I thought it was special, but I don't need assholes. You get it. I don't even have to. You guys have been on YouTube much longer than I have. You get it. Can't find anything on CNN. She's been found. Didn't think so. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for checking that out for me. Did you see the interview of Matt Duro? Almost 1,000 killed by 20 men. No. Hi, Jonathan. It's good to see you, honey. Thank you for coming back. He was at the Olympics. This is the best chat I ran across. Oh, Sherry, you're so nice. We love chat. We love chat. Now, sometimes I already brought up the 3 things that I was going to bring up. Sometimes we have a lot of tabs open that we're trying to show you if there's more news to bring out than we try to. So sometimes chat will get away from us, but I love just chatting with people. I love reading off their comments and us bouncing off each other. Even when I don't do true crime all the time, you guys. I don't. I've been on the internet. I've had my own channel now for a little over 2 years. I think we've only covered like 4 cases. We do everything you can think about. We have done it and talked about here. Everything. Nothing's off limits. So I told some of the mods over in Discord, I said, the minute this case is over and if we don't go straight back into true crime, I said, we're going to lose half of the subs that found us. We took a leader of a country with 30 men. Yes. Helen says, I think all the news anchors, weather presenters need to increase their and their family members' security, as too many nutters out there. Listen, I'm a nobody on these streets. I'm just the leanie. Okay. But my chat, who's been here since day one, can tell you, even I have given all of my family members have different pet names that I call them, that if I'm talking about baby child, that's my youngest child. If I'm talking about my beefcake, that's my husband. If I'm talking about my oldest daughter, well, she comes in here, that's C. Or my baby daughter, or my Schleprock, that's my middle son. Or my Huckleberry, that's my oldest son. In fact, that's why I don't I don't go live with my face yet, because I made a promise to my kids that I wouldn't do that until my baby child, my youngest child, is graduating college on May 2nd, and he's moving with a job he's already gotten out of state. And they said once that's over, they were like, then you do what you want to do. So just don't talk about, don't bring up our real names and stuff like that. So um, I'm a nobody, and I still protect my family like that. Still. And I will kick your ass if you talk about my family. They're just off limits. The interview from a soldier there says they couldn't get a shot off top secret weapons. Wow. Wow. Beth said, sorry, I had to sort my girls out with whatever they wanted to watch on TV. I'm back. Way to go, Beth. Y'all, in case you don't know, Beth's Crazy Life is Lizzo's daughter. She is also from the UK. She knows a lot. I'm pushing her, you guys. I'm pushing for Beth to start back up her channel. She does true crime. She's good at true crime. I'm not that great at this, you guys, but I feel like I am getting better, and I have more. The first couple ones we did, I was a nervous wreck. But I do feel more. I don't even know what word I'm supposed to use here. I feel more comfortable now, but I think it's only because of the chat. You know what I mean? Because it's not like I didn't do my homework for the other cases, but we didn't have a whole lot of chat going. And so you're just trying to fill airspace, and you feel maybe nobody's listening and stuff like that. So when you've got chat light going and they're feeding off of you and you're feeding off of them, it's like, oh, we're just doing this all together. It's like just one big happy family, y'all. Just one big happy family. The cartel's not stupid enough to take her. May have to dye my hair blue in celebration. Oh my goodness. I do miss rapper trolling chats once in a while. Rapper's been blocked here so much, he just comes back with another. He brings something else in, and as long as he's being good, I'm not blocking him. I know he's got some problems, and I care about him, and I love him. But I've always asked him, if you're having a bad day, please leave my chat, because you're just going to get on my nerves. And when he doesn't, I just block him. And then he makes another screen name and comes back and apologizes. And it's just a thing Rapper and I do, but I adore him. And he's got a good heart. Hi, Ann. Ann says, Michael says, hi, Michael. How are you doing? We are doing wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Ann says, hold on, I got a cough. I'm sorry. Let me catch it. Sorry about that, y'all. Ann says, cartel. You have lost it. An old lady, she's not worth millions. What her daughter is. Ann. And who's lost it? We're talking about me. You couldn't be any more right. Listen, I don't hide my crazy, okay? Yeah, I lost it a long time ago, and I'm not even looking for it anymore. But nice to have you, Ann. I don't believe it was the cartel at all. This channel is always fun when Lenny and Maggie trying to give DJ and myself Brazilian wax. I did not even realize that was you, JK. You little brat. You changed your name and I didn't know it. Did any of the mods know that was JK in chat? You brat. So good to see you. Big hugs to you, my friend. I hope you're well. Terrorist. I don't believe it was terrorist. Hi, Shari. Did I say, is it Shari or Shari? Either way, it's beautiful. I don't believe it was terrorist. No. But if you do, let me know. Four-leaf clover. Check the list of all ICE agents in the immediate area. They certainly had a grudge. A grudge against two four-leaf clover. Can you put that in my chat for me, please? That is your twin. Can you freaking believe it? Y'all, he was spying on us. Daniel, I am terrible. I am, I know. Let's see. Leanie has no clue. It's me for weeks. Shut up. JK, I love you and I miss you. I really did have no clue. So good to see you back. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's sick. Glad. Where's the youngest studying? I can't tell you where he's studying because I live in the same town. Hence why we're just like on the down low, because he graduates in May. He moves out of state to his new job in June, and then we are selling this house and we're out of here. So no, I won't give where he goes to school. But what's he studying? Manage. I don't know. That's between him and his dad. All I know is he got on with the same company that he interned with for the last 3 years at college, and they're putting him through a 2-year management program. And then when he's done, he's got to move to two different places to train. When he's done, he gets a raise, and then he'll get to pick out of the company like 3 different places that he would like to move to, and they hope to get him in one of those places. So he's got a sweet deal, but he worked his ass off for it. We got to make that YouTube money though. Honey, I'm not making any money off of this. No, sir. In fact, I don't ask for super chats. I don't put my Cash App up. I don't do none of that. None of this is monetized. Negative. I don't need anybody's money. My friends make sure that my friends and I, Maggie, all of us together, we make sure that our StreamYard's paid so that we can go live. Other than that, I don't ask anybody for money. You don't even have to sub up to me if you don't want to. I appreciate it, but you don't have to. So, no, we don't make no money here, and we don't need it. We're okay. But thank you. So many crazy people in the world. Hi, Lolly. I think that's right. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming in. Rapper Gay Yo. Don't be talking about rapper like that. We love him. Where are you from? I live in Indiana. Where are you from, Fazan? Hello. Thank you for being here. Will you guys do me a favor? Double tap your screen or hit the like for me. I appreciate it. She's always like 20 minutes behind. All right. I'm trying. What do you think about 9/11? It was sad. If you're asking me the politics behind it, that's for another day. I'd love to talk about it. Well, News Now says it's 2 different people. I do believe it's 2 different people. Good night, Erica. We love you, girl. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. What do you think about the genocide in Gaza? That's also another live. I would love to talk about it. Come on in and talk to me. We can do a live on it. Tell it. Before you head over, please remember to hit a like. We promise it won't cost you a cent, and do the same on the new stream. Thank you, lovelies. We appreciate you guys so much for hitting the like. Is this the second chat? You are in. So you're in the vertical. If you've got the little phone next to your name, you're in the vertical live. So you're probably seeing more chat over there than even the mods are seeing over here. Either one's fine. Hi, MP. Good to see you. I promise I'm going to get back to things. Never noticed that yet. Yeah, it's running 2 streams. YouTube's rolling it out. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It just is. Daniel, you're welcome to throw money towards the free entertainment you're here for. Thank you so much. No, we're good. We're good. I'm blessed. I believe it's 2 different people and complex. I absolutely do believe it's 2 different people, but some people think that it's just one, and that's okay. I went and clicked and liked the stream. Thank you, Crazed. See, that's all you got. That's all I'm asking for is just the likes. I'm trying to get 100 likes per every time we go live. Man then says, assuming you've read up on a lot of true crime cases, what's the common denominator in the childhoods of violent criminals, like personality traits? Is this a quiz? Well, you probably had lots of time because let's see, it's been minutes and minutes and minutes ago since you've typed. So you're going to have to give me minutes to sit here, and you're assuming, right? I have read up and I do watch a lot of true crime, but one of the common denominators I would think is family members. Let's face it, a lot of not just only childhood children that are being abused, even adults that are being abused, that they're being abused by people that know them and supposedly love them. Hope that answers just a little bit, but we can get into that on another live as well. Totally 100% missed the other comment. Oh my God. I never know what where are you? No, YouTube did. Is that the one? News says it's two different people. I read that one. Love you, girl. Are you talking to love me? Y'all clip that for Maggie? Clip it. People are saying they love me in here. Oh my God. You know I love you. According to Leanie, I split the screen and can see both, most of the chat and the other live. So shared link to unite us all. Thank you so much. Common denominator is abusive parents, internet, and cameras. Now we see most of the crime, except for this case, in crazy rich area with camera. Yes, listen, they've got a lot. They've got a lot of videos. Listen. I believe that it was Tommaso, right? He's the brain. He's the brains behind this. The people that we see in this video, I do believe are two separate people. I believe that at least one of them is an ex-bandmate or I don't know if they're still in a band, but they both know Tommaso and he hired these people. I also think that it's very, very possible that Nancy's footage and security cameras and all that was working just fine, and that it took months of planning this crime. And Tommaso, tomato, hot sauce dude, called mother-in-law at some point and said, look, we're going to up your security system. I'm sending guys over there, and we're going to up the security system. And I believe that the security system, that was just a farce to get people in there like the day before, 2 days before, whatever, to enable the security system so this can be done. That's what I believe. Personality and emotional growth can be stunted heavily with experience and trauma in your youth. DBT can help break these attachments and negative reactions, responses due to CPTSD. There you are. And there you have it. I caught up in chat. I'm so grateful. What time is it? Oh, y'all, we've been on for 3 hours. I think y'all have heard enough of my mouth. What says you? What says you? I was doing good, then bad, waiting on meds to get approved soon. They're like, whew, $2,000 a month. It's a battle, but I'm still here. If you ever need to talk, you get into my email. Now I'm only about 600 emails behind. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's terrible. I'm a terrible person. I can't keep up. Neither can Maggie. We've tried. But I think you have my messenger. That's a faster way to get me. Isaiah, Savannah doesn't seem to care. Why should we? I think we should pray for them, but move on. Let me ask you this, Isaiah 2 versus Micah 4. Love your name, by the way. Let me ask you this. If it was your mom out there and your siblings just acted like, crap, we don't care. We don't care. Would you still want us to do a live on it? Would you still want us to talk about it? Would you still want us to keep your mom out there? Would your mom still want us to keep her name out there? Because if it was my mom, no matter what my siblings thought or anybody else thought, we'd be finding my mom. And I'd be talking to every radio station, every news station. I'd be going across the country talking to people about my mom. And so I don't think we can move on. I don't, why would we move on? What's the point in that? Move on to what? What would we move on to? Where should we do that at? What are we going to next? Are we going to follow the media? Because, the media will be here maybe another week if nothing comes up. And whatever, I mean, if tomorrow something else hits big, the media is going to be gone and people will move on from Nancy Guthrie. But is it the right thing to do? Just abandon it and go to the next big thing? Exactly. The Guthries don't care like we do. Right. So if they don't care about their own mom, then we should care even more, because there's an 84-year-old woman out there missing. And whether she's deceased or not, we need to bring her home and put her to rest. Yeah, JK, you better be in here celebrating with your birthday twin. We're not putting it up. We're not gonna put up with that. We'll come and find you over there in the Everglades. All right, y'all. You know what? We've been here for 3 hours. I think that is long enough to listen to my mouth and my theory over and over again. Listen, I just want to say thank you so much for everything you guys do. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know every creator says this, and they mean it too, I'm sure, but I mean it as well. I would not have a channel if it wasn't for every one of you that come in here and talk to me and challenge me every day. I wouldn't have a channel if I didn't have the best mad mods in the world. I really do. I wouldn't have a channel if I didn't have a matriarch who lends me an ear whenever I need it, and strength, and also an ass chewing out whenever I need those two. She gives it to me. She has no problem doing it. And I definitely wouldn't have a channel if I didn't have this crazy woman named Maggie, who is my co-host and become one of the bestest friends I've ever had in my life. And I love her dearly. And if you've not heard my co-host Maggie with her co-host on this, she is doing lives every day as well. Eastern Standard Time, 3:00. They are doing the live from the UK. And y'all, they're very, very knowledgeable. We speak on different things. Some things we will repeat if somebody comes in and asks, but we're doing our research. We're trying to take this seriously, try not to pass on, we don't want to pass on any false information or any rumors. That's why we try to make sure we're giving you guys sources. And when you come in here and you ask us about things, or you tell us, hey, I heard this, I heard that, we ask for a source so we can look it up ourselves. We may not be able to do it during that live in particular, but we do write them down. We do pass them off to the next person so that they can cover it or whatever. So if you're up and you're on YouTube, make sure your bells are turned on, and we will happily ring-a-ding-ding them. And hope to see you guys come in and hang out with Maggie and Lizzo and give them support as well. I've enjoyed this so much from you guys. I think you guys rock the cast boss, seriously, and I'm so grateful that something good came out of. Please don't take this wrong when I say this, but something good came out of Nancy Guthrie going missing. And that is that I've met a lot of beautiful people, wonderful people that have a good heart and care about someone they've never even met in their whole life. And that speaks volumes to me, volumes. So I'm grateful for Nancy's life, and I pray that she is brought home safe and that I've been wrong about everything that I said, and I will gladly admit that I'm wrong. So, anyways, big prayers to Nancy and her family at this point. And if you know something, say something, you guys. If you know something, say something. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Hope to see you next time, you guys. You guys be good or be good at it. You can't be good at it. Get your video cameras rolling. Listen, I need content. That's what I've heard. Love you guys. Talk later. Bye.
Big heart.